Yo. Marshall, what's up?
Check.
Mensa Podcast with the homie Marshall Knox.
Hell yeah.
What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just getting ready to move out to my new space. Moving away from the homie Chris.
Yeah, down the road a little bit, huh?
Yeah. We were home neighbors for what, 2 years?
Been neighbors for like 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Like
2 years.
Marshall needed a spot, and we met each other at the motherfucking Lowbrow Lounge.
Crazy situation how that happened.
Pretty random.
I promised myself I wasn't gonna backtrack. I was at Adidas and we were doing a team building event, and I knew there was gonna be drinking, and I was trying to cut down on my drinking. And I was like, all right, when I'm done with that, I'm gonna go home.
Right.
Well, some of us went to the bar, and
yeah,
I broke my promise to myself, and
that will happen.
I sit down in the bar and get a drink, and 2 hours later, I'm still talking to Chris, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I gotta go home. It's late.
And then you needed a space because you're living in fucking Beaverton.
Yeah.
Beaverton is kind of...
lame ass Beaverton.
It's alright, but...
Too many...
It's a little too far away, maybe, or...
Too many, stuck-up Nike folk.
Yeah. Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
No shit?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Crazy.
Especially the neighborhood I was...
Dude, because, like, man, back in the day, like, Beaverton was, like, nothing, I feel like, right? Tualatin, Beaverton, like, all these kind of outliers, dude, were, like, nothing, and now, like, boom, there's, like, tons of... That's where, like, I mean, all this, like, influx of Portland, like, think about how many people go, fuck, I can't afford it, and then they just end up in Beaverton or whatever. So, and they're right next to Nike or HP or whatever the fuck, right? Yep. So it's like...
Yeah, and it's, you know, a little safer than the city, if you will.
Yeah, a little bit more like 2.5 kids in a garage and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
But then the traffic is worse in Beaverton.
It's crazy. That's so crazy.
So, you know.
But then, boom, so then anyways, we met each other at the Lowbrow, right? And then you needed a place to live, so boom.
Yeah, and then we, I think I hooked you up with some shoes, and you hooked me up with some sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was like...
Bada bing.
Cool, let's hang out.
Those shoes, man, I still got them.
Yeah, one of them was a pair of Ultra Boosts, I remember.
It's so crazy because I would just take them and just wash them, and then boom, they were like new again.
Put them in the washer.
Yeah.
The washer machine and...
Wash them, quick like, dry them, wear them again.
Yeah.
Dude, they must have lasted for like, I swear, probably a year like that. And I still have them where I'm like, all right, if I want comfortable shoes and want to go walk the dog or something, you know? Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, those things sold a shit ton of units.
Fucking bananas. And we were talking about this. What was so crazy about that is that they keep, like, you know, like, the 1987 Honda Accord, the 1988, the 1989, the 1990, and then they always, like, change ever so slightly. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you can't go back to the OG, which was the best one.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're fucked, because it's like, a 67 Corvette is fly as fuck, but the 68 is dog shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really know about this, you know what I mean, the specifics there, but...
It's funny because so many people love the OG Ultra Boost, and I think it was within the last 12 months, 16 months if I remember right, they retroed the OG Ultra Boost again in like
really?
colorways. Yeah. Because people
because that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. There's a picture of Kanye wearing them in New York, and that started the buzz. And
shout out to Kanye.
Yeah, shout out Kanye.
Yeah, shout out to Kanye.
And that just lit the fire. And
he's apparently doing a collab with Gap.
Partnership
with
like
Gap.
10 years.
Fuck, man, good for Yeezy.
Yeah.
Is it Yeezy brand like X Gap or whatever the fuck?
I think so. From the imagery that I saw,
crazy.
That's what it sounds like.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it makes me think like, is he gonna balance the Adidas and Gap, or is he gonna transition? Because I know, from working at Adidas, I got to know some people who were working on Yeezy products.
Right.
Specifically, like, I 3D technicians in the sample room, that were making the tooling and.
Shout out to Mark Seekings, the homie. He worked over there with Ye.
Oh shit.
That's the homie.
Damn.
Shout out to Seekings brand coming soon. He's got a new project. We'll see what that's about soon enough.
Yeah. Keep me posted when that is.
Yeah, no doubt. Keep it in the family, like at least try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like what I heard from the people on the people that I knew working on easy stuff was it's like a dog chasing its own tail. There were just so many creative iterations and changing of the mind and not really solidifying which direction they're going, and then it's just a chaotic creative mess.
Well, young brands, I'm sure they'll figure it out. Plus he's like, like $1 billion brand out of the gate. Like, fuck, man. Imagine.
And that's like similar to how
just imagine that's so crazy, bro.
Creative processes,
right?
From what I've heard, just loosely interviews and articles,
right?
So it sounds like his apparel and footwear creative process is similar, but it's that's different from what the industry typically operates as. So it's.
What's so funny about that dude, though, man, is he puts out these interviews and everybody's like, he's fucking crazy, and then, like, you watch the interview, bits and pieces not taken out of context, and you're like, this guy isn't crazy at all. He's fully rational, and he totally makes all the sense in the world.
He just comes from a slightly different
I think the fucking media just chops it up in a way that, like, makes him look like a dick.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a dick. I think he's, like, got hella energy and just, like, wants to see the world, like... there's probably, like, a selfish aspect. There always is to, like, everyone and everything, But at the same time, like, I'm pretty sure that homie, like... Dude, all this occult shit, like, that, like, we'll talk about sometimes. The point... And they use an all-seeing eye as the fucking... Always. You always see that. Like, what is that? That's enlightenment, right? Mm-hmm. That's God, right? So that's, like, chasing... That's, like... trying to become divine yourself, right? So I just think it like ties in. It's like that's what artists and occultists are shooting for.
Yeah.
And so like he came to certain conclusions at some point that if you don't hear it, like, and you don't see what he's saying, well, in the occult world they say, you don't have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Like, you don't understand what he's saying because it's fucking beyond you, bro.
Yeah,
it's flying over your head like an aeroplane, dude.
From the same cloth.
It's a different situation altogether, right? So it's wild because he's talking these truths in front of you, but they ain't hit you because you ain't built for that. Mm-hmm. So what's ill about it is like I think dude has like a really like again like take him out of context, he looks like an asshole, but like you listen to one of those full interviews and you're like, oh no, this dude is like wicked smart actually.
Yeah.
And, like, I think he wants better for the world at some level, like, with the sustainable shit with Yeezy and, like, Wyoming or whatever the fuck and all that. Like, bro, that's what everybody should have been doing for a mad long time. Because, why? Because it makes the world a better place, dude.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you're going to be making fucking a product, dude, at some point it makes more sense than shipping the thing across the world and back across the world and fucking back across the world, which is what we're doing with some shit right now. Mm-hmm. It's so stupid. If you're gonna you gotta fulfill your own market, like the North American demographic, with $1 billion worth of shoes and stuff a year. Like, make the shits domestic, bro.
Yeah.
You're already charging $900 for a T-shirt, or fuck.
Yeah.
So like, dude, you can't work that in. Like, kill yourself. A T-shirt's like $8 in LA to make.
Yeah.
There's no margins in that. Fuck out of here, my man.
Yeah. When I was in college, going to school for apparel design, there was a couple.
I'm just being a dick to be a dick, but also at the same time, like, you hear what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah, no, and there was a couple. The husband was an footwear engineer in I think in the innovation kitchen at Nike, and his wife was this director of sustainability at this apparel brand here in Portland called Now.
Right. Yep. Now. Yeah.
And so.
NAU or whatever, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and like forward thinking, like how they were their business practices and supply chain, and so they're really
word on the back end. You're saying they were sophisticated,
and so it was really coming to the fruition of the Nike Considered projects where it was environmentally sustainable.
Okay,
and then the husband, he worked on those early projects, but it was kind of coming to bubble of
Right.
all that rising up within industry, and they're trying to create bills to, have the Senate pass them to, almost have, like with food and drink, how
Right.
you have a label of what
Right.
you have.
Right.
Do the same
to
thing
do it
with
on
apparel and footwear.
That's cool.
And so there was a big
Like
thing.
almost like those big like labels you find in like military garments that like give you hella instructions.
Yeah, and it's like telling you where where the product that you bought was made, and this.
Because
and that.
you should know. I mean, it is part of it's what you're purchasing. I mean, they have a little like some garments have what little made in China on them on the tag or some shit.
Yeah,
not even sometimes, right?
Yeah, and so when I was in college, they were talking about greenwashing, which is these brands using we're being environmentally sustainable and this and that, but in reality it's more like
it's
they're
marketing,
sprinkling a little salt, and it's just a marketing scheme.
Yeah.
And so these concepts that Kanye is talking about, growing their own algae to make their own
fucks
sandals.
with it, man. I think it's such a that's big dick shit.
Yeah, and
that's big dick swinging shit, man. Yo, Adidas, put your fucking factories domestic, bro. What's up? You sell a fucking $1 trillion worth of sneakers here. Yo, Nike.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They tried, and Adidas had speed factories.
Is it because just the Chinese are just so ill at manufacturing?
It's the cost of labor is just too much.
It's just cost of labor is too much to do it domestic.
From what they.
Yo, what about Detroit? You could buy a fucking block and just like.
Yeah.
That kind of shit makes me so angry because it's like, dude. Do you want to enrich your shareholders, or do you want to like make the world a better place? And they want to enrich their shareholders rather than make the world a better place. It's capitalism, simple, plain. Underline it, highlight it, whatever the fuck you need to do. That's what it is, and I get it, but Phil Knight come off like a sociopath in fucking Shoe Dog, man.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, I've been reading that book, and it's
and you strung out how many generations of people just like, I need these shoes, like, bro. The whole sneaker culture, like, I get it. It's cool and everything. Like, it's cool to be fly and, like, whatever. But at some level, it's like a perfect representation of, like, what's wrong with the world, you know?
Yeah, like, people are playing checkers, and it's like, you got to be playing chess. And so that's what I feel like.
I don't know, man. Just don't buy $1,000 Yeezys. Like, buy stocks or something, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah. But, I mean, like, I do understand why Yeezy had so many limited units of each release early on, to
created demand and the whole deal.
So that he could be a catalyst for change within the industry.
Right.
And like those concepts that he's like
that we're talking about now, right?
Those are like those groundbreaking concepts that we were talking back in college.
Right.
And it's like,
dude, this is like, in theory, this is like what you guys are talking about in school, right? Like, how can we change the world with design? How can we change the world with manufacturing and
macro
material?
level thinking, like, and ideas. And it's like, how many ideas? Yeah, there's like waterless jeans that Levi's does.
Right.
And there's innovations here and there, but it's not as much as it needs to be.
So, like, to be totally transparent and totally fair, like, when I was in the apparel industry, like, I manufacture in China. And, dude, I felt really bad about it. Yeah. After having visited some of those factories, and some of them were, like, level, like, 8. Dude, they're really nice. Mm-hmm. Super nice. Super nice, like, food manufacturing nice. You're like, wow, white glove shit, Crazy. Really nice. And then others were down hovering around that 5. And you were like, I'm kind of feeling bad here for even being a piece of this puzzle, dude.
Right.
And but that's the whole country, like, you at some level that's capitalism. And, it's like, I gotta eat, though, before I can spread the love. I gotta eat first, like, you gotta take care of your own backyard before you can take care of the block. So it's like, fuck, man. I don't know which one is the chicken or egg situation. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what. The only reason why I went to overseas for manufacturing was because I could not find out where to manufacture in the United States. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was working in New York at this fucking apparel brand, it was like this, and they had some leather pieces, really nice. Dude, we find these hole-in-the-wall places in the garment district that were spitting out $5,000, $10,000 leather jackets. Hole in the wall. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You don't
That's
know where this
insane.
shit comes from sometimes. It's super
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I respect the Ye for trying to bring it here and be like, it's a transparent factory. It'll probably be fucking behind glass. You'll be able to witness your shirt get made. You know, that shit is fresh, bro.
Yeah, and it's like, now he's trying to, like, bring these mass ideas, cool ideas, to, and, like, cut the cost, bring it down, to try and, like, help everyone. And it's like, and so he's going back of reversing the model of what Yeezy originally was.
Right.
Super limited, high,
right.
Shock drop here and there, that sort of thing.
It's gonna go back in that direction with this new shit.
No, I mean, I didn't really have an anticipation on that.
Oh, yeah, right,
I was just thinking, like, now he's, previous interviews, he's talking about, I want to, like, do stuff like IKEA where it's, like, this great design, but at low level for mass.
Right.
Like, just great design.
Totally.
And so...
But that's the flyest shit ever, because here's what's the problem with this world. And, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, man. I think this world should put artists on pedestals.
Yeah.
Because they've got something to offer.
Mm-hmm.
They've got something to offer that's unique, as opposed to the same old thing that everybody else has to offer, which is, who the fuck knows? I don't know what these 80% do, dude, to be honest. Our friends all fall in that 20%. I'm pretty fucking sure, Yeah. And it's like, that's the creative shit, dude. And we should build out of stone, too. We shouldn't build out of wood. We should build out of stone. And we should make magnificent shit all around the planet Earth. You know why? So it's dope to live here.
Yeah.
So it's fucking sick to live here. You know the style that they build in architecturally most around the place is called brutalism? That shit in China? It's called fucking brutalism, bro.
Yeah.
So this is literally applies to your psyche. This makes you think in a fucked up way. Everything's tonal and symmetrical and fucking boring.
Yep.
This makes you into tonal, symmetrical, boring fucking person.
That makes sense because, like, there's times I go to a bar or restaurant or whatever, and, like, I get in a certain mood if the atmosphere is not right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not, like, aesthetically pleasing and
Feel me.
Like, I'm just like, ugh. But,
right?
Yeah, no, and then it's...
It's fucking bananas.
From a capitalist standpoint, you want to, like, monetize art, but then you have to break it down.
Bro, you want your workers.
Cost percent.
What you want, bro, is you want your workers to shut the fuck up and get to work. And you know the great way to do that? Beat their psyche into a fucking oblivion by making them live in fucking boxes made out of fucking concrete their whole life.
And
dude, no wonder why so many people jump off the fucking factory roof and shit, bro. You wake up in this concrete box, you gotta go fucking... What? Yeah. Go to put fucking cell phones together all day, every day? Bro, I'm jumping off that fucking roof,
you work
homie.
12 hours a day, and then you get, what, a 1 or 2 month break for...
Yep. I don't want nothing to do with that shit.
Oof.
As a matter of fact, I'm trying to cut somebody on the way out, too. You know what I mean? I'm trying to land on somebody or something, dude. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? I'll tell you something else. You ever been to China?
Nope.
It's sweet. It's fucking sick.
Like,
dude, the Chinese people
atmosphere?
are so cool. Everybody I've, like, talked to and ran into, and every time I've had in China has been amazing.
Damn. That's dope. And that's like, you probably wouldn't have thought that based on the propaganda and, like, what we get in the U.S.
Or, dude, I walk out with the beard out and they stop me and they, like, surround me. These, like, guards surround me at the border and I'm just, like, bugging. And then I'm like, dude, I'll shave, like, shit, And then,
like, what are you hiding in your beard?
Yeah, what's in there, bud? And, I don't know, so they let me through and then, boom, I had a fucking absolute blast the rest of the trip.
Damn. And didn't you have,
But also I'm not Chinese, so, like, I don't know.
True.
Like, where they, like, fucking let this fucking dingbat, like, do whatever, because the white people, we don't need no...
There probably is some of that aspect where it's like, obviously...
We don't want no smoke with this fucking
he's not fucking
idiot.
Here.
Right.
Treat him good.
And then, they'll leave, fuck off, and they'll give us their money.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And didn't you have, like, a guide?
Yeah.
Per se?
Yeah, I had not like a fixer, but I have my guy in China that would, you know what I'm saying, like, take care of whatever, we needed from, like, a manufacturing standpoint.
He would be, like, the interface between like you and like.
Yeah, and he was kind of a fixer too, you know, like he kind of like, I don't know if I just said that and confused myself there, but he was kind of like, he kind of was a fixer, but kind of, he just did all our manufacturing too. So like, we'd show up and then.
He was liaison.
He was really a liaison, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Liaison.
But then, yeah, but then we had a girl usually that would come up from Shanghai and do interpreting for us, so we could, you know, make sure.
Yeah.
That, you know, even, and that we'd bring her everywhere. So that was really helpful. But this is like, really, dude, this was like right around when people really started getting on the internet, I feel like. You know, like.
Was this like early 2000s?
Yeah, this would have been, you know, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, like maybe those years.
MySpace poppin'.
Yes, it was kind of a different world, you know.
Yeah.
But like it was amazing because the first year, it was like emails only, and then from there out, I think we started Skyping, or whatever, you know, whatever it was, iChat. It might have been iChat.
Oh yeah.
And his shit was wonky, so I'm pretty sure at the third year we got him a Mac just to make sure everything would be good communication wise. And so by like the third or fourth year going into outerwear, it was just like. Call him at fucking midnight on iChat and like just video like, what up, dude? Check out this zipper's fucked. Like we need to change this thing. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
That's it. Go.
It became a lot more of an informal relationship.
Just so simplistic compared to like you literally watched like, oh okay, we have steam trains and we have automobiles now. Wow, big deal, right? Or whatever. And then they're like, yo, now we have 747s or some shit, and you're like, whoa.
Oh, you're talking about the
just the curve of like,
of,
whoa. That's probably actually in the wrong order, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, of how they're.
Whoa, we have the internet, like
other.
It's like, this technology that was
modern resources that the rest of the world has.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like coming to speed with that sort of stuff, but in the technological, but like just seeing this advancement in technology that like really like. Changed the way we did business, real time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, because back then...
That was pre-Alibaba.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like... Dude, you couldn't Google factory China. Yeah. No one had a website. You know how I know that? Is because I tried for years. Always, like, in the darkest corners of the internet, like, do you manufacture hats? You know?
Yeah.
And then... And what was crazy was... that was just like this hookup. My friend's uncle, like helped this guy from China back in the day, like sponsored him or whatever. He was like, helped him get him out or something, dude. And anyway, long story short, excuse me. He promised him, you know, like, hey, if you ever get to America, like I'll set you up. And he's like. The guy made it over here, and he's like, boom, he put like 10 grand in his fucking bank account, set his ass up, and was like, yo, you know, here's some racks, like, get to it, like, I got your back. And, you know, the fucking Chinese, you know, this guy came over and became a millionaire. Damn. You know, he mopped up these motherfuckers, right? So, boom, so my friend said, you know, to him, hey, you know, do you know anybody in China that can help us out with this? And, you know, because it was like, one of those whatever I can do for you whenever I can do it for you situations. He said, yeah, call our guy Joe, and that was that became my guy Joe.
Traded favors.
Yeah, and so my buddy was at this snowboard camp and ran into our other buddy Robert, and Robert is like this fucking most unique character you've ever met in your life, dude. Oh my god, and his brother just like married into like the Fendi family or some shit.
Oh shit.
And just like some banana shit, and they lived in Hong Kong, and we fucking. Dude, I'll tell you later, but I mean, some other stories, you know, they'll come to fruition, but
yeah, didn't you say, like you, in your course of trying to get like a connect over in China, you came across people who were like, oh yeah, I know someone, but it'll cost like 5 to 10 G's.
Yeah, people back in the day, the story was they would sell you an email for like 10 grand.
Yeah.
And then that would be your connect.
Oh man. Like, that's just some...
Now, I never got offered, but I had heard of it happening, And I don't know, and I can't tell you if it's like a fable. Like, I can't tell you if it's just bullshit.
I mean, that's like mafia shit, so I can definitely understand how...
Yeah. Well, manufacturing's like that, dude. It's like, you know...
How that would be the case.
If you got the connect.
If you got the solid connect, like...
Like, my guy, dude, like, to this day, we're in contact, and, like, I can get literally any garment you want manufactured.
Damn.
If you give me enough pieces.
Yeah.
Anything you want, clothing-wise,
yeah.
done.
Size of the order's got to be right.
Yeah, of course, because the factory's got to have a reason to do it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's wild to have that power in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, dude, seriously, like, if you guys wanted to do, you know, apparel brand at some point in time, right? Like, and you're like, I need 300 beanies. Like, that's not a problem. You know, in any way, shape, or form. It's, as a matter of fact, probably the lowest we'd want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they want to do more.
They want to do more, dude.
Yeah.
But, you know, these brands are out there, man, and they sell volumes of shit that you'd never be able to wrap your head around.
Yeah, like, you didn't think there'd be a large consumer base for that, or even a large market.
Not at all.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
You're selling how many?
Yeah. Like, dude, back in the day with the fucking beanies, like, I would have accounts that you'd have to fulfill, you know, 2 dozen, you know, you'd probably sell a dozen beanies a week. So, that's not a lot. It's like 1 or 2 a day. But that shit adds up over the course of a winter at one door.
Yeah. 1 or 2 a day, you're looking at 700 plus, possibly over a year.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's about, like, yeah, it's about, you already know what the deal is. It's about good branding. It's about da-da-da-da-da, whatever. But, you know, and the thing is, so let's say those are $10 in your pocket. So $7,000 a year in beanies at one door, potentially, if it was really popping.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, some brands back in the day would tell us, you know, like, they were doing literally millions of dollars in sales of those just gas station beanies. It's so bonkers to try to wrap your head around.
Oh, man.
Really crazy.
But gas station beanies, man, like, that's middle America.
Yeah.
They don't have nice boutique stores to go shop at. They shop at fucking Walmart for their apparel. They shop at Costco.
Dude, think about what, like, Carhartt's pulling down.
Oh, dude. That vintage store in Portland.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Rebels and Heroes.
Oh, I've never been to that one. I never even heard of that.
Really good.
Oh, cool.
Anyways, like, the guy that owns it, or he runs it, I think it's his daughter that sources a lot of the vintage items that they get.
Right.
And they have a warehouse over in Bend where they stockpile everything.
In Bend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bend, Oregon. But, you know, he's told stories where Keanu Reeves was, like, really on some, like, I want this, like, XYZ shirt.
Specific.
Yeah, and she, through, you know, Connect, whatever, he got introduced to her, and so he apparently he came out to the Bend warehouse and was, like, checking shit out.
Damn.
Like, so she's connected that way, but also he was saying that, dude, the Carhartt whip.
Yeah.
They were just making money hand over fist.
Dude, they've got flagships in Paris. They got a couple in Paris, maybe. There's a bunch in Europe. We went to a bunch of them this past summer, dude. And they're making sick shit. They're making sick shit, and it's not cheap, and it's, like, good for them. It's high quality.
And one thing he said
was,
I'm not, like, I have no way of, like...
It's one of my favorite lines.
Like, vetting this, but he said with the licensing agreement between those other countries and the U.S.,
right?
The U.S. office doesn't make any money.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, off their sales.
Get the fuck
international sales. I don't know. He said that, and I'm like, hey.
Oh, like they got the. I wonder how they got it broke up. You know, because what we was talking about yesterday, how you go to, like, North Face store, but at the outlets, and they're making specific product for them outlets.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So I wonder if it's like that. They're, like, making, you know, U.S. cuts or U.S. styles or U.S. whatever. I don't know. Is there whip stores here? Maybe in Manhattan?
I think there might be one down in New York, maybe one down in L.A.
Right.
But whatever the licensing distribution deal that they got set up with internationally, apparently they're not. That's what he said, and I'm like,
because it's more like a fashion label the whip thing. And so that's why they pump it in Europe.
Yep.
Right. And so
that's why LA.
It's weird that Ben Davies never clicked off.
Oh,
I always liked that one.
I like that too. It
was just Dickies with a different label.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Dickies, Ben Davis, Carhartt, very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was, I come from, Pacific Northwest, Albany, Oregon.
Albany.
Well, technically Albany, but
where the deer and the antelope play.
Yeah, it's basically the Albany's within the Willamette Valley,
right?
And the Willamette Valley is
the Willie Lamette.
Yeah. Willamette.
Right.
It is the grass seed capital of the world.
Oh, no shit.
So
that's that Oregon shit again, man. We got so much shit here.
All the farmers, and my grandpa, he's a farmer and he still does it. And,
right.
And that
in Albany.
Albany, Lebanon.
Right, Lebanon. Yeah. Right.
Lebanon.
Right, Lebanon.
And so
it's dangerous out there.
Yeah, they just do they harvest grass seed.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And then he sells. He has there's I don't know if it's some auction site or Business Connect, whatever. But he sells most of his grass seed to China. Yep.
No shit.
Yep.
So what? It grows like hay or something, and then you pull a seed off it, and then they got big bags of the seeds.
It grows like hay.
Yeah.
It doesn't stand as tall as hay. It's a little heavier, so but you cut it with a windrower. It puts it in a row. Right now they in the last couple weeks. This is June, end of June right now where we're at.
Yeah.
And
June 29th.
Yeah, so usually around June they start windrowing, cutting all the grass, putting it in rows. They let it set, dry out, and then they have a combine that comes by and picks up those rows, and it shakes the shaft from the seed.
Right.
They keep the seed, they throw out the shaft.
Right.
And then they...
That's what she said.
Hey! She swallows that.
She's a sick bitch. That's sick bitch.
Yeah, and then it's stuff for people to plant their lawns and grow grass.
Yeah. In China.
In China, overseas, wherever.
Dude.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing where they had The Simpsons when they sneeze into the box and then they zip it up real quick and they send it to America and they open it and they're bugs come out. And they're 2020 or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing,
funny.
Dude.
Yeah.
And they fucking predicted fucking Trump as president.
Donald Trump,
and 9/11.
Yeah.
Right? Matt Groening's a time traveler. He's from fucking Lebanon or whatever the fuck.
Lebanon, Oregon?
Dude, he's from Salem?
Oh, Salem, yeah.
Salem, is that right?
Yep, Salem, yeah.
Shout out to Salem.
Shout out to the shittiest capital in the
U.S. It does kind of suck there a little bit,
It's
okay.
It's all right, but for a capital,
it's a little, could be better.
Down, thumbs down.
I've got a buddy that lives down there, and he won't go nowhere. He loves it.
Really?
Yep, loves it.
Hey, different folks, different strokes.
Yeah, different strokes.
It's just not a lot going on. There's a lot of drugs.
Is it Method Man?
Yeah.
And then that's what Beavertron used to be back in the day too.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be iced out, dude.
Damn.
Yeah. No, I don't know if it still is.
Yeah.
Still? How much did you do?
Only the nose beers.
What's he say? I banged 7-gram rocks. I remember when Charlie Sheen said that shit.
Oh no, I don't remember.
You remember when he went mental?
When he had tiger blood dude.
Yeah,
I remember that when he was on Twitter. And
I banged 7-gram rocks. That's what he said, dude.
That. Damn.
I think that's what he was saying. He smoked 7-gram rocks of crack at a time. I think that's what he's saying.
Fuck.
Right? I don't know enough about crack, dude.
Yeah.
I need more info.
That sounds like a lot.
I bet he had AIDS and he got rid of it like Magic Johnson. He just threw enough money at it.
Yeah.
Got rid of AIDS.
Yeah,
Dude, how come nobody talks about Magic Johnson having AIDS now not having AIDS? Is he the only human being world history that's ever had AIDS now does not have AIDS?
I mean, I never.
Dude,
heard
he's
that
on
he
fucking Sports Center,
didn't have
not
AIDS.
having AIDS, bro. Is that right? Or am I tripping?
No,
Is that Charles Barkley? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I mean, once you have HIV, you always have HIV.
Alright, so he still
And
got it then.
So he still got it. It's just, maybe there's some other conditions that...
Is he like, he's like, but I haven't really like, he's like, I don't need to wear a condom, because I don't really have AIDS anymore.
Maybe
She's
his
like...
dick ain't working. I don't know. From all the drugs. I don't know.
He's like, baby, don't worry. She's like, motherfucker, you got AIDS. I know this. And he's like, yeah, but not really though.
Like, I don't, it is something that people haven't talked a lot about. It's like, dude's probably lived the longest with being HIV positive than anyone else in the world.
It's insane.
At least to my knowledge, and I haven't done a lot of research, but...
Yeah, I haven't done no research.
But it's like, this guy's like, staying strong.
Yeah.
I mean,
Weird.
That's what money does for you.
Money can buy you AIDS. Money can buy you out of AIDS.
Yeah.
Dude, AIDS is like super dead, It's just like it's like a student loan. It just like will not go away apparently, but like if you got enough money.
It's like the Dallas Buyers Club.
What's that?
Matthew McConaughey
was that a movie?
It was a movie.
I don't know
it's
that one.
basically this dude that gets HIV.
Mm.
And he's those guys at the rodeos. He's a cowboy. That's what
on a bucking bronco.
He was more like
like the rodeo clown.
Yeah, he was almost the rodeo clown. But he was always around a rodeo.
Okay.
Always around the rodeo.
I was just being a dick. I was like,
yeah. No, I think that was his job.
Sick.
And like that. Anyways, he's doing a lot of like drugs, like alcoholic level status.
Okay.
And he ends up, having to go to the doctor anyways, like he finds out he's HIV positive, and like he's like, no.
And does he get crazy skinny in the movie?
Crazy skinny.
Yeah.
Then he goes down to Mexico and gets a bunch of like vitamins, which is not FDA approved.
Okay.
And he's like fighting the system to bring those vitamins back, whatever. And he ends up living like a long life, or longer than
no shit.
Probably 10 years more than what they expected him to live. He was almost on deathbed. Like I think his white or like T cell count was like down to like 12 or some shit.
Yeah.
And that's like, you're supposed to die at that point.
The medical system, dude, I'm pretty sure tries to kill motherfuckers. That's its job. Dude, why else would you get hit with so many... And I know this is like full conspiracy theory. Oh, anti-vaxxer, whatever the fuck, But like, dude, what do you get, like 60 shots when you're a baby? Like immediately? Mm-hmm. They hit you with something fucking like everything immediately? Like, okay, that's probably not great. 1. 2, like radiation treatment for things? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty bananas. Like,
that's
you probably want to go like maybe more holistic like approach to certain types of thing. I don't know. I just feel like most things in this country, when they say up, it's down, and vice versa. And I feel like, dude, going through like my mom having cancer and working with the medical established like system, and it was a fucking nightmare at times, dude. Certain points they shined it up, like, ooh, have free apple juice and whatever, and like, but like at the same time you're just like, I don't know. I get sometimes when I go to these institutional like these places, I just get these fucking vibes, bro, that are just off. I can't explain it. I don't know what the fuck it is I'm talking about. I'm a certified fucking idiot, right?
Yeah.
Established, like I know this, but at the same time, dude, I get bad vibes from it, kind of.
No, dude, I got the same. I told you my buddy.
It's a money-sucking fucking entity, dude. How the fucking dare you? Can you have a fucking hospital for profit?
Yeah.
That's run by Catholics, or any sort of religious, like I'm not religious like that, dude. But at the same time, like I'm pretty sure Jesus didn't want you like pulling down like a ridiculous salary for being a doctor. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like he was more about like, you know, and again, not religious, and because I think this would Muhammad or Buddha or the rest of them, any of these enlightened historical figures, I think they're like probably really not really about that. You know what I mean? They're probably more like you should probably just like help people for the sake of like helping them and like doing the right thing to do, as opposed to like
capitalism is like a Western construct that's really
it's pretty fucked up, man.
Been like pushed to the limit.
It's pretty fucked up. But I get it. In other circumstances, I get it. Like fucking get yours. Like I get it. Yeah. Get yours. You know.
Like you do have to like, you know, it's tough to be operating on a loss.
Totally.
But still, like
they gotta have ventilators, bro. Yeah, those ventilators kill like 80% of the people that they got put into. You know that? Because people's bodies stop breathing, and those ventilators kill motherfuckers. Like it's their job to do. That's why I'm fucking freaked out by the thing, like, dude.
Yeah, dude, and like I told you, my buddy that passed away. You know, he had a stem cell transplant, and you know he had a cancer that was just it wasn't going away. He had same cancer 3 times. Anyways, like
gnarly, dude. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I go to OHSU, visit him, and it's like, you know, then it's like, oh, this problem, and it's like they're trying to stop it with one thing, and like then another problem appears that, you know, out of nowhere, and like, you know, it's like playing whack-a-mole, and it's like, well, you know, is that?
Well, dude, do you get like 12 months of that, or 14 months, or 18 months, or 24 months of that, or do you go like to the Himalayas and smoke DMT and like try to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk to aliens and get one with yourself before you go into the next dimension.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, is part of that from his health just deteriorating naturally from that, or is it like all the drugs that they're providing him?
Dude,
like, it's probably a combo. But
I believe it is.
And like, so going off what you said was, because he did one thing he told his mom before he passed was, if I would have had to do it again,
right.
And he was my age. He was 31 when he passed.
Bullshit.
Almost 31. And like I knew this dude since like middle school, great athlete, played football in college, shitty situation. But he was like, yeah, like if I would have had to do it again, I would not have done this stem cell transplant.
Yep.
Because he lived 3-4 years longer, but the quality of life was so shitty. And he was like, yeah, I would just rather, like, not do it and just, you know, just one day, you know, just have it happen.
Yeah.
And
this is what I mean. I think these hospitals worship death.
Yeah.
I think they worship death as opposed to life. You know what I mean? Life being the thing that in all religions is the thing to worship. Mm-hmm. Life. You know, that thing that's inside of you, the actual fact that you are alive, and have the ability to have this conversation at this very moment. You know, what do they say? Is the president or whatever the fuck? Mm-hmm. It's like, man.
Yeah, so it does, just the hospitals always do have like an eerie feeling.
Eerie, bro.
And I'm just like.
Eerie, bro. Eerie. Eerie, my man. Yeah, I don't like that shit, and I don't take anything away. You know, she had some bad doctors. My mom had some bad doctors too. There were some fucking cuties in there.
Oh, I was like, bad doctors or bad doctors?
No, there were some bad ones. Yeah,
there's some baddies.
There's a baddies or two. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's always
shout out to them doctors.
There's always a, you know, some of those sprinkled in the nurse staff too.
No doubt.
I always saw that, and my buddy Tyler, he was always like, hey, my buddy Marshall, he'd always like talk, try and put me on, and they're like,
he's got a big dick, y'all.
They're like, oh, I got a boyfriend, I'm married.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, you need to break that shit up.
Trying to get single for the night.
Yeah. He was a homie in that aspect.
He gonna put his whole beard in there.
Well, it's funny.
That's not even grays. That's just dried up pussy juice.
And so one of the things my buddy Tyler would say, like, it was funny because he never had facial hair until he started having these health problems and like cancer, you know, that sort of thing. Anyways, like he had a full beard and it was like really good. All of a sudden out of nowhere, he got a full beard.
Sick.
When his hair came back.
God was like,
and he was like,
Jesus was like, this is for you, son.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, to like the nurses and whatever. He's like,
it does feel good.
He's like, you think my beard is good? Wait till you see my buddy Marshall's beard.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, and they were at home just fingering themselves, just thinking about it.
I didn't get shit about it.
I'm going to grab 2 beers. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, Chris stepped away. If you're listening to this, don't believe anything he says. Oh man, I just thought of it like right before you came down.
Yeah.
When you went up, we should have played a song as like an interlude.
Oh, dang. Probably get sued though if we ever put this up. You know what I'm saying? Because, dude, here's the problem, man. The problem is this world is full of assholes, and they want to sue each other for everything.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that you could do stuff like songs, but maybe there's only a certain like length that you can do, or like maybe then you can't monetize the whole thing if you were to like try to. There's like bullshit like that.
Yeah. I mean, you probably know more about it than I do.
I don't know shit about it, Marshall, to be fair.
Actually, on that topic, it's funny because one of the dudes I went to high school with.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like good friends with him.
Marshall.
Ooh.
The Highland 12? Sheesh.
That's the birthday juice.
That's the birthday juice right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying?
Oh yeah, the homie, one of the guys I went to high school with.
Yeah.
Wasn't super close, but he was always cool. And he was in bands. He was very musically inclined and like cool, like one of those like cool guys that.
COVID. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
And so, he played in a couple like local bands in Albany, and he ended up dropping out of high school. It wasn't for him, which I understand. I feel like sometimes when you drop out of high school, it's either like it goes good or it goes bad.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
With him,
good
it
being
went good.
what? Like
so
millionaire out of high school?
No, so he ended up. So I graduated in 2007 from high school. Right around that time, he ended up moving to Nashville. He's like, this is the music.
Oh yeah, yep.
Mecca of the world.
Right.
Goes
Country.
there. Yeah, and so he, starts playing gigs, whatever, and like creates like this network of friends, contacts, whatever.
Yeah.
And he eventually co-founds this company called Soundstripe, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I just listened to a podcast of his this past weekend. Anyways, he started it, and he ended up doing like he made a recording studio in his house. I mean, this is prior to the company, but he, him and his buddy, they would make jingles. They would have some connections at ad agencies, and they'd reach out and be like, "Hey, we're looking for this XYZ."
Fucking Aunt Jemima song or whatever.
Yeah, and they'd make the jingle, and sometimes it'd play out, sometimes it wouldn't.
Right,
and then he's like,
"There's big money in that if you hit it. If you hit it, though."
Yeah, and so, but it's like you don't have a schedule because it's always like we need the song yesterday. So then it's like, okay, we got this catalog of built up like good work that just didn't make it for some reason, whatever. And he co-founds this company.
But also it compounds, right? Like
yeah. And so the company basically is this. If you're looking for, some background music on podcasts, on an ad, whatever, and you can go to their website, and for $10 a month, you get all access to the songs. You can get as many songs as you want for that 1 month.
Huh.
And there are tiers on what you're using it for, because if you pay, if you think your audience is going to be 50,000 or less, then it's like, all right, you're tier 1, whatever.
Right.
It's included in your $10 a month subscription.
Right.
But if it starts getting the millions, whatever, then it's like, okay, you probably got to, the pricing is going to be a little different.
Right.
And so they've kind of carved out their niche where, it's high quality, songs, background music. It's mostly instrumentals, and it's mostly for wedding videos.
Fuck, really?
Or that's a big consumer.
And they clean up.
Yeah, they're doing well.
Sick.
And it's like church services. People, need some in-between music. And so they've really targeted that because
Interesting.
those people don't have a big budget, but they want
Right.
some, whatever. And so
It fits the vibe.
yeah, and so yeah, and it's like all there are some, from his podcast he was saying there's some outliers where it's like it may end up on a big ad, or regional or maybe a national ad, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not their core consumer.
Interesting.
And so he is aware of where him and his co-founder want to transition the business eventually, but like that's where they're at right now, and it's like basically an easy way to go and like cheap, and also like indie films or filmmakers like they
need something to fill in the gaps.
They don't want to pay or because usually on a large film you're paying someone to come up with to create that song, write the music.
So we're watching the latest Anthony Bourdain season that just came on, and they're talking to Debbie Harry, Blondie,
okay,
right, and she and he said something, like something to the effect of like we would have played one of their fucking songs, but like come on, we can't afford that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and, dude, like what is it to fucking get a Blondie song or a Led Zeppelin or like, dude. Fucking the Doors, the fucking Beatles, the Michael Jackson, bro.
Like if you're
fucking Rolling Stones, like what is it?
Like
the fuck?
Like a Queen song, having to go to Capitol or wherever.
Jesus.
Like you're paying.
Yo.
So shout out Micah Sannon from South Alabama.
Oh shit! What's up, Micah? Michael?
Micah.
I only known bitches named Micah in the past, but we gonna give an exception here. Somebody gets a free pass one time.
Micah, if you're hearing this. We may not have talked a lot, but you're always cool as fuck, so cheers, brother.
Cheers to Micah. That's what's up.
Yep.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. Brought up the good stuff.
That's that birthday.
Dude, and you're already...
So I hit the 3-9, which
you're
is...
already only got a quarter left.
I know, but it's like...
But that's...
It lasted more than a week, though.
True.
The problem is when you have... basically only one bottle in the house and you just like, I want to drink some whiskey.
Yeah.
The only way to get good whiskey is by also buying at the same time shitty ones, or one or two with it. Just that way, so when you're at home, you put that away and you're like, all right, I'm getting the hankering. And you're like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the bottom of the barrel because, we're not really doing anything.
Or you're
and then when it
drunk.
or then whatever.
You're like shit, like you don't care what it tastes like.
But then you're like, oh shit, it's my birthday, or oh shit, it's somebody's birthday, or whatever. Something needs cheersing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, I only got two cheers.
Yeah.
I got two cheers left in this bottle.
Yeah, it's like when you
These things go by fast though. This is 750 milliliters, and that shit goes by. I mean. It goes pretty quick when you have people over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you're by yourself, it might last
and like what you're saying is
a minute, or depending on what you drink, I guess.
When you buy beer, wine, hard A, whatever, like you can't just buy one case, one this, one that. Like you have to buy multiples.
One pallet
to get like a to get like a back stock. So then you do have options, and it's like
you gotta have options. You gotta keep your options open.
Yeah.
I'm trying to only buy booze by the pallet at this point. I'm like, yo, beep, beep, beep.
You shopping at Costco? Or you shopping down at where the
They're like, yo,
operating?
Son, that'll be $28,000. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man, charge it.
Charge it to the game.
Well, how much debt could you get in if you wanted
to? Oh, dude, you could easily rack that up.
I mean, I'm saying like. If you went out, right, and got every credit card you could ever get, right? I'm talking Discover. I'm talking all the weird ones, right? All the strange ones that you heard at one time. Savings and loan or some shit. And you, like, got all of them, right? And you just maxed them all out, right? Platinum of everyone.
Yeah. I mean, that first of all, that really depends on the credit limit.
Because you got to prove yourself.
Yeah, and that's like, from the
So is that the game? You go like 20 years just crushing it, like paying everything off, big boy status. They give you the like just biggest dick on the block card, like not black card. It's like a concrete card. It's like you know what I mean, like just some material you never heard of card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just you know what I mean. Just the whole place is for free. It's yours. Anything you walk in, it's all.
Yeah, and it's like.
But then you max all those out? So you got like 10 of those, and you just you think you could rack up $1 million and then just poof?
You probably could. I mean, you look at like people.
Yo, I'm out. Yo, son, I'm
like,
out.
Hire,
Yo, could I get cash for this?
Can I cash that? Cash that out. Yeah.
They're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, what? No.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it depends on your credit score and your income.
What's a good credit score? Like 800, right?
800 is good.
Yeah. What's the best you could have? 1,200?
No,
1,000.
I think it ends at maybe like 850.
All right, so I got 800. I got 850.
Like
I got the best you can get, right?
Yeah, and like then depends on what your
black card.
No, it depends on your income level.
Is there more than a black card though? I'm making a billion a year. I make $1 billion a year.
Yeah, dude, you can get anything.
I want to know how much. If I had $1 billion,
you're probably in government, so you can print your own money.
Well, yeah, that's true. I would too. If I could, I would. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should do that and then just see if anybody will take it. That way we'd have a shitload of cash regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless if it worked or not. And maybe at some point it would work.
But if you do that, you don't do big bills.
I wonder if you just made your
bills.
own cash, right? And then you distributed it as like an art project. If them thing would actually become worth their value. Oh.
That's interesting.
And then you just hold a shitload at home. You're like, yeah, I got $1 billion over here, kid. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, you got the Andy Warhol $1, but it's worth like, each one's worth like $1,000.
Right. Yeah.
He made so many. They're
it's
all
like Bitcoin right now.
right. But then you're Andy Warhol and you're at home. Had printed a pallet of $1 million bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you're like Willy Wonka, and like you bring one out every now.
Bro,
and then.
I'm always talking like if you ever launch if I could ever help you, if you ever launch your thing, the apparel joint.
Yeah.
You got to get Oompa Loompas. Like we got to go somewhere and source them. We need pygmies. You know what I mean? And we need them working cheap, bro. Cheap. You know why? Little fingers for stitching.
Yeah.
Little baby fingers.
Yeah, that's why they.
But full-grown adult babies.
Asia. That's why Asia is.
You, my friend, are a racist son of a bitch.
The small fingers.
You know what? If you keep that up, Jesus is listening. And you're gonna go to hell. You're gonna go hell.
But if Trump is listening, then he brings me on.
Yo, real talk. I need to know how they're gonna build a motherfucking, what do you call that? A wall, right?
Oh, the wall between U.S. and Mexico?
But in the Rio Grande, how you gonna build that? It's a river. Like, you gonna build it over the top?
Yeah.
Are you gonna build it in the water? In the middle of the water? Because that would be sick. That's what I think he needs to do.
Yeah, it needs to be floating. And
Bro,
it needs to like
I floated the Rio Grande, America side. You know what I mean? You're just dead middle the whole way.
Damn.
Fly, right?
Yeah, like you gotta have it floating. And it's gotta be like
floating. Could you swim under it?
It's gotta be like 20 feet or like some extreme amount where they can't swim under, but then you can't climb over. That
right in the middle.
That would just be my first thought.
So here's my question: could you could potentially just pole vault right over the Rio Grande?
I mean, how big is the?
You know what you need? You need a backpack with like 8 drones on it.
Like a half mile wide or?
Yeah, it's like probably like a couple hundred yards. Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't pull.
Yeah, a super pole vault or a backpack with drones on it and just fly you across.
Yeah, that'd be
like go gadget.
Cheap man jetpack.
Yeah. Or shoes with big springs on the bottom.
You mean the Nike Shocks? That's what those are advertised.
Shout out to fucking sneaker designers. Oh my god.
No, dude.
The bane of my existence. I think it's
shout
so
out to
weird.
Vince Carter, who wore the Nike Shocks BB4s in the 2000 Olympics. He jumped over 7-footer wearing those shoes.
He jumped over somebody that was 7 foot tall?
He jumped and dunked him, teabagged him.
Dang.
But he like cleared his head.
Wait, who did that?
Vince Carter. And he just recently retired.
Who were they playing?
So it's USA versus, it might have been, I think the team was either Yugoslavia or a team that had the colors of white, red, and blue.
So France? Yugoslavia?
Maybe France. I'm not 100% sure.
Wow.
France might be a good guess. But anyways,
excuse me.
Stole like an inbound pass, whatever, and like one or two dribbles, and just steps up,
just balls to the
jumps
face.
over 7'1" guy.
I've seen this footage. His
dunks it.
dick goes straight to the guy's face, and the guy gets his face out of the way.
Yeah, the guy, and it's like, but it's not like,
dude, he's got this dick just flying at his face.
Yeah, he's
slow mo, right.
But then and he dunks it, and dude, that back in
what year?
It might have been 2000, 2004.
Okay.
I think it was 2000 if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, 2000.
Y2K.
Yep.
B2K.
Yep. And then after that, dude, everyone was like, "Oh." I mean, Vince Carter, he has springs out of the gym, whatever, and he's posterizing people. But when he does that, wearing those shoes, and then Nike puts out the marketing campaign, it's like boing, boing, boing. Whenever you step,
yeah,
it's like, oh, dude, it's like springs.
Dude, you know what it was?
And you know what?
It was the pumps. It was new pumps.
Yeah.
It was new pumps.
But actually,
sometimes you get a gimmick that's so ill, though. Or airbags.
Airbags are a little better than shocks, but let me tell you about shocks. Because shocks...
They really had a spring in there?
No. Dude, I mean, the original samples of shocks...
they had like the 3 like big things.
Yeah. They actually did use springs on early prototypes.
They had like in the shoe, in the heel of the shoe, they had like these like cushion looking things.
Yep. It was same like pillars, a couple pillars.
And they look like marshmallows.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was the outsole. You had the 4 springs in the heel.
Right.
Then you had a moderator plate, if you will, and then the upper.
So them springs didn't get you.
Yeah. And then
don't want to get pierced. Can I tell you a story about that real quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I may or may not. Well, I can't tell you the story. This is foul.
Another time.
Another time.
All right. They had a moderated plate.
So they had these springs.
On it. Yeah. And so that was the early prototypes, but when it actually came to production, it was the pillars were polyurethane. And so polyurethane, if you're not familiar with that, it
gives you AIDS. Dude, every time, dude.
So Magic Johnson
without fail, dude. He got springed and then he got AIDS, dude.
He wore too many polyurethane shoes.
Oh shit, I got the AIDS from these shoes.
Yeah. But polyurethane was...
That's how they killed Bob Marley, dude. Shout out to Bob Marley, dude. That's how they killed him, dude.
He was wearing polyurethane shoes?
No, they gave him Adidas, and he got this poke in his feet, and my people thought that's how maybe he got the cancer in his foot or whatever. Like, yeah, there's weird... The Bob Marley death is weird.
Oh,
anyway, sorry.
I haven't researched that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Batty boy. That means...
But yeah, polyurethane was very, early on, like going back, shoe design wise, let's say 1984 when they come out the Air Jordan 1, it was a cup sole.
That's 85. Jordan 1.
84, 85. Yeah,
okay.
that NBA season.
Okay.
And it was a cup sole and it was stitched to the upper.
Is this the Jordan 1? Is this the dunk basically?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. And that's the one that's still super popular in red and black and white.
Yeah.
And blue and black and white?
Yep.
Yep, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
And so, they're having, trying to get material cushioning, but also like support and durability.
Right.
All that. And then on the Jordan 1, on the Jordan 2, they didn't have a cup sole where it's wrapped up and stitched, like mine is here right now. You can see it's wrapped up and it's stitched.
And the shoe goes into here.
Yep, it goes underneath.
Yeah. It's tucked in. It's like a shirt that's tucked in.
Yeah, and you got a little exposed here. But anyways, on the Jordan 2, they had, where it's exposed like this, instead of having a cup sole, they had to have a solid material that wouldn't shear when you would make harsh cuts.
Yeah.
And so it was polyurethane. And it was this dense material, but it was durable, and it would also yellow when it was exposed to sunlight.
Right. Because a lot of that stuff would yellow, the old ones, right? Yeah.
And then also too, if it was exposed to high heat or humidity, it would eventually like crumble and break down.
Right.
So longevity.
Wasn't
that good.
Yeah, because you see people on these sneakerhead things, and they're pulling out these shoes, and they're like, they can't wear them because they're like OG ones, and then they're like just. They've literally fallen apart, and they've never been worn.
Yep, exactly, and that's just the nature of the material.
That's insane. So what's that, like 20 or 30 years? 30 years, and this material literally fell apart by itself.
Yep. Pretty
wow.
much.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's just like
and just here though on the thin part, right? Because the sole would just basically detach, right?
Yeah.
This would like kind of
The
evaporate.
sole would detach, and that adhesive or the glue would just, over time it would just get old and it would just open up.
Right, open up, delam, whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah, gotcha.
Delam is a technical term.
Right. Same thing with snowboarding.
Yeah.
When your board comes apart.
Oh, yeah.
Delam,
Yep. Delamination. And so, and then, going back, polyurethane is this, early on in footwear innovation, it was used. And then since then, they've come up with a lot better foams that are more cushiony,
better material,
and they longevity-wise a little bit better. Whatever, like it holds up to extreme temperatures better.
Right. Material technology is improved.
Yeah, and so there, every footwear brand has their own like high cushioned foam now. Pretty much. And that's the way it is. But those shocks, were made polyurethane. So they're using an old school, like a foam that's not really new, that's innovative, and they might have had a new way of creating the pillars, almost like compressing them, creating that shape. Because creating shapes with foam and midsoles can be tough because it's very marshmallowy.
Yeah.
At some point,
they shove it in there and they got a mold and it just hardens that way or something.
Yeah, it depends if it's compression molded,
right?
Or there's other methods.
Because it's like spray foam on houses, is what it reminds me of.
Almost,
where it goes and expands.
Yep.
That stuff's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, and so there's a lot of like
insulation, I guess it is, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of with shoes trying to create a tooling mold and then knowing how much it'll expand to the right.
Because shoes is so
that's
much.
Another thing, but another science. But yes,
right.
And so
another science altogether. Yeah.
But yeah, shocks had this foam that had been around for a long time. It wasn't anything super innovative. Maybe they had the right mold to do it. But you compare polyurethane versus like the new foams now. Yeah. Polyurethane is thick, it's dense, and it's heavy.
Right. So
when you're playing sports, that's not what you want.
No.
And so, but they use that in the heel. Granted, like most of your pressure when you play sports, it could be in the heel.
How much you can chalk up to? It was fucking 1984 though.
Yeah, but there's also other research that says most of your cushioning should be on the forefoot because when you play sports, you're not
on the ball of your foot there.
Yeah. And so, anyways, but it is creating a visible technology that will portray its properties to the consumer. So then they're like, "Oh, I need this. This is the good cushion. This is the best cushion in the heel.
Right.
I fucking need this."
Yeah, it's almost like Inception. It's like you do something with your product in such a way that when you tell people about it, they come to the conclusion that it's good and they pay for it for it.
They can see the benefits visually.
Yeah, it's like magic, but you're like letting people play the magic on themselves. It's psychology.
Yes.
Which is the earliest form of magic, I think. Yeah. Yep. It's so fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, and so the shocks use this old foam, or this foam that had been around for a long time.
Right.
And like there wasn't anything like super cushioning to it.
Man, I'll suck your dick for those sneakers, bro.
And like so it was almost, I would say, a gimmick from Nike. But they had a great marketing campaign and this great moment in basketball history that just like blew that shit up.
Yeah. Jordan, perfect timing.
Yeah, and then people realized, oh, maybe this isn't the most cushioning. Then they did full-length shocks from heel to toe.
No way.
It was stiff as fuck.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but you remember Airwalk?
Yeah.
Okay, so my second set of snowboarding boots ever were Airwalk boots. Okay. First boot were called Sorel, and that company's still around.
I remember that.
But everybody back in the day had Sorels because one, you were brand new to the sport, and like that's probably what you just had, and they kind of just worked enough.
Yeah.
And I've always been mad at Sorel that they never made a snowboarding boot because a lot of people, like myself included, really like a soft boot. And so, like...
Pretty entry level, if you will.
Yeah, dude, they could have sold them for, like, half cost, and they would have been killing it.
Damn.
Yeah, anyway. God, dude, so many ideas, so little time. And you know what the problem is, too? Is you can't bark up them trees and give these companies them ideas sometimes. Because they'll either run with it and you'll get no credit, or they'll do it and they'll fuck it up.
Yeah. Or they'll be like, this is shit, and then you do it, or try and do it, and then they're, like, trying to, like, edge you out of the game.
They always...
As I told you.
Companies are fuck... Anyway. So, anyways, my second set of boots was these Airwalk boots. And it was probably 1994.
Okay.
And so I'm 13. Or no, it would have been 95. I'm 14. Probably. That was probably it. Anyway, Airwalk boots. They were called the half pipe boot. And they had a fucking sneaker inside the boot.
Oh, shit.
That separate laced sneaker. So you had après sneaker in the boot. So being a fucking Irish fucking, you know, short arms and deep pockets motherfucker, I don't, you know, I'm not trying to spend no money ever, bro. Basically, that's my MO. and which I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but I thought to myself, God damn, this is a pretty good deal. Like, I get two pair, you know, I got a pair of shoes and a pair of boots out there. What an asshole. And they were cool. They were just shitty soft boots, but, you know, whatever.
That's funny.
But yeah, I fell for the gimmick, dude.
Yeah.
They
sold you on
they
that.
got me, dude.
Gotcha.
I was like 2 for 1. Yeah, I'm in, bro.
It's like people shopping at Costco.
Give me 2 pair. Yeah, it was the early Costco thing. I get this from my mom, man. I'm pretty sure, man. She was thrifty.
Dude, well, that's like human existence. Everyone is like, unless you don't have huge generational wealth, it is like, how can I minimize my expenses?
Here's the thing, man. I want to get all the money in the world, right? Just to buy the most ridiculous shit. Like, I want to buy you a tank. I want to buy you a tank for your birthday. But I got to get a boatload of money to do that.
Like, but then, like, what the fuck are we going to do?
No, dude, I'm buying you a tank, dude. Your 40th, I'm buying you a tank. How many years I got?
You got 9 years.
I'm buying you a tank in 9 years, Marshall. Dude,
man?
You're going to be all gray by then. You're going to be like a general, 4-star by that point.
I'm going to be bald.
Yeah.
It's going to be there at that point.
Oh, it's going to be sick. Yo, I'm going to Albany 18 hours later. On
I-5.
Yeah. Just towing up the whole highway for 100 miles.
The police coming after me. I'm like,
you just shooting at them. Fuck out of here, nerd.
Game, right?
Defund police, nerd.
Yeah.
Stupid. This is a 108mm gun. Stupid.
Get the fuck out of here.
You just got your shit painted like Tekashi 69. Just going down the rainbow colored tanks.
Bitch,
and shit.
I trained more in combat experiences than you did.
So we did back in the day. I did this fucking So I did this jacket. I'll show you. I got one around here somewhere. But I did this jacket that was rainbow stripe, but
I remember
every other stripe was white. So it kind of looked like a weird.
That up with me.
And
Tekashi
Tekashi 69 has just almost very similar, but mine wasn't shiny. Almost matte. But he wears one similar in his latest video or whatever. Now that fucking rat bastard is out of jail, and somebody hit me on Instagram like, "Is this your jacket?" I was like, "Yeah, kill yourself, whatever." Like, I don't know. It's funny because
he stole the concept.
Well, some brand did it, right? But or whatever. I guess I don't know, but I did it as like kind of a fuck you. Like, I thought that was the most punk rock thing you could do, was to wear a rainbow jacket.
All the colors.
A, and B, Peter Line, the fucking, if you know anything about snowboarding, you should be well familiar with this dude named Peter Line. Back in the day, he's like one of the, you know, Mount Olympus of snowboarder guys. Mm-hmm. And back in the day, he had this board with a rainbow on. The whole board is pink, and then it had a rainbow on the top.
Oh, shit.
And just a little one.
Yeah.
It might be, you know, like one of the best snowboard graphics of all time.
Damn.
And you're talking to me about it, like somebody that like is into this shit, you know, like and is pretty familiar with this kind of stuff. So, anyways, last year we did a board with my buddy Colin Langlois. Shout out Colin motherfucking Langlois, the homie. He had a board, a pro model board, and we did one of them in that pink color.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
like
kind of. Yeah, man, you know you got to do these things, man. But it was bad though. Like this motherfucker came out, and I remember it clear as day, dude. Basically, he came out, and he had this video part. This guy Peter Line, and he had this video part, and I can't remember if it was the same year. But there was like a transition year there where one of his boards was the pink board with the rainbow, and the next year he had a board with, and the music video part in this movie was Guar. Mm-hmm. And it was like, dude, my child brain, just, my whole body exploded at once.
Obliterated.
Like, yeah, like on some like, yo, this guy is playing Guar with the horns, and like, murdering everything, and he was like this like weird little guy from Washington, and like it was just as like a youngster from the East Coast, it was just like mind bending to watch.
This is like a sign you can make it.
Well, you know what's funny is I actually became friends with him over the years, and he's a super cool guy and the whole thing, whatever.
Damn. That's what's up.
And you know what's really cool is actually in snowboarding there's a lot of really cool people, man. To be fair, like you're meeting these people that are your like inspiration from when you're a child, right? And you're like, and they're still in the game. Some of them, or you know, and they're still, and they're not killing it maybe at the level they were 10 or 15, 20 years ago, right? But they're still
operating.
They're still there. They're still fucking sick people, and they're still shredding, and like, that's what it's really about. You know, it's weird with like basketball or something, because once you have this pro career that's done, like, are those guys really still out there just balling or hooping it up with the boys? Like, probably not, right? Yeah. But like with snowboarding, like
they probably
you get stopped.
They get runs in, but yeah.
But I'm saying, like, bro, like you stop getting paid by your sponsors, you're still going out shredding, dude. Like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a little different in that regard, you know? It's because I think it's more of like basketball's dope, but you can monetize it and you can see that angle as a youngster. And then you know at a certain point it's done. Right? Like you might be able to monetize it to the point of, you might just like the game, but you're looking at it from like a capitalistic out.
Right. This is way out of,
and snowboarders are looking at it from like a love thing. Like, I want to go surf that mountain, bro. That mountain?
Yep.
I want to go ride that thing, dude. Like, I want to go, like, have a great time on that mountain.
Yeah, no, and that's...
in nature.
And that it's funny you say that, because...
it's a different vibe.
Kobe Bryant, you know, R.I.P., there was an interview where
R.I.P.,
he
dude.
said... and I forget the exact interview question, but he basically was like, oh, dude, it was harder in high school, competition-wise, versus when I got to the NBA.
Wow.
Because he said, in high school, everyone's fighting for that college scholarship.
To get into the game, to get that paycheck.
Yeah, like, but then once you get to the NBA...
people are like, all right,
fuck it. Then they got financial stability, freedom, and then
eating Twinkies.
Yep. I mean, yeah.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
Whatever.
It pulls back a little bit.
Yeah. And he was like, it was easier in the NBA versus high school.
I can see it, man.
And it's like, like if you keep that same motivation, that same sharpness, that same like just,
hustle,
and
whatever,
like putting the blinders on, that sort of thing. Like, you know, and obviously Kobe is, you know, he was gifted different than most people in a lot of different ways. Specifically his mindset. But yeah, still, it's like, you know, when you view it from that angle, it is like, oh shit, this is easier.
Yeah.
I heard stories about him sleeping like 3 hours a night, hitting up.
Oh, no way.
And
he was one of those ones.
Yeah, and he was.
That's the homie Shane Flood. Shout out to Shane Flood. That's the homie. He did that same shit 4 hours a night. Boom, killing it.
Damn.
Nah, bro, I need 9 hours, dog.
Yeah.
You want me to go do my thing? And then gonna eat 8 hours, 9 hours.
Easily, yeah. That's me too. And like, there's stories like when Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson were, because they got drafted in the same year in the NBA. And Allen Iverson was, a little more flashy person.
No doubt.
They go to dinner after a game, and then they're like, "Hey, what are you doing after?" And Allen Iverson's like, "Oh, I'm going to the club."
Club, duh.
Kobe's like, "I'm going to the gym." And it was like,
yeah, but you know what? Arguable. Who's better?
I mean,
because honestly, I hear you over here talking that Kobe talk, but I would have to go AI.
Oh,
and I don't know, and
I don't know
shit about basketball.
Yeah.
But swag wise, fuck out of here. I'm going AI all day.
Swag wise, yep. He did have Kobe.
What do you have, a Reebok deal? Fucking Reebok deal. Dude?
His lifestyle swag, like.
You should get a Fila deal, dude. Reebok.
He was killing it versus Kobe. Kobe shoes, Adidas weren't doing it well, so he went to Nike. Nike. He changed the fucking footwear performance game.
Right.
Kobe
did.
Yeah.
And
so his performance stuff was always better than AI's.
Right. But the swag though.
Yeah, and the impact that AI had was he had a lot more of an impact early on.
So this is interesting.
Kobe.
So like in snowboarding, for example, there's tons of people that are really good riders. Okay, just tons. Right? But then you got pros, and that's maybe like, an octave or two higher. Mm-hmm. But then within that group, right, there's people that are like, I don't know. Dude, honestly.
Tier 1, Tier 2.
They just are steezy. Like, they got steez, dude. Like, they don't even have to grab the board sometimes, Like, I always tried to be that kind of snowboarder. Like, I always thought that was the more fly way. Like, I always thought, like, yeah, cool cab fucking 1440 nerd. Like, I'm going to do switchback 5, no grab.
Yeah.
Big.
You're going to, like, come opposite.
Like a fucking, it looked like I just rolled out of bed style.
Yeah.
That was always my approach.
Super nonchalant. Like,
I just thought that was more so fly, though. You just have a different approach than, like,
and that was
contest or whatever.
Allen Iverson was the reason why the NBA changed their one of their code of conducts, if you will, of how you dress to the game.
Right.
What you got to wear so that you're not looking, what.
Well, that was the whole thing with the Jordan, right? He got in trouble because the colors didn't match or some shit.
That was like colorways on court, but like it was talking about what Allen Iverson was wearing prior to the game. And they didn't want to.
Like, no fur coats, B.
No, they didn't want any thuggish or gangster look or from
get the fuck out of here.
Dude, these people are coming from those neighborhoods. Like, they're dressing how,
they dress.
How they idolize, or the people in their neighborhood.
How about you dress?
Whatever.
However you want to dress.
Whatever inspirations they got from in their environment.
Fuck off.
And so the NBA was like, no, you got to wear suits. You got to wear being better dressed. And so Allen Iverson.
But that's fair though. That's fair. It's either like wear whatever you want, or there's a uniform coming into game day, and there's a uniform on the thing, and there's a uniform leaving. In your time, you do whatever you want.
True.
But, so either way, either one of those would be fair, I can see.
Yeah, and so, like, Allen Iverson was a...
Or come naked. Bring that dick out, son.
Fucking 8 inches every time.
Yo, ding dong. Like, just like a bell.
Dude,
ding dong between your knees.
Tripod status.
What's the name of that bell, that famous bell?
At the bell in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's like the Liberty Bell.
Yeah, Liberty Bell. Got that Liberty Bell dick.
Just like,
ding dong.
Oh, man.
Yo, welcome to Philadelphia, son.
Allen Iverson.
Ding dong. Yo, got these just Reeboks on. Ding dong. Top of the steps like Rocky. Ding dong.
Fuck. Top of the steps, man. Damn, dude. That's
Boxers wears cups, don't they?
Yeah.
They wear cups? Boxers?
I would assume, yeah.
Do you wear a cup if you would play basketball?
No.
Dick out.
No, you wear, like, spandex. Spandex is, like, mid-thigh.
Keep that dick, like...
I mean, previously they wore jock straps, but that's
What's
like...
that? Oh, that's like a...
That's super
that's like
fucking... it's awkward, it's
yeah, but it's like lingerie in a cup. mixed.
It's almost like a G-string mixed
Yeah.
with like a
was
thing
just
for your junk.
every gay coach and like preacher
dude.
was just like jock straps.
Yeah, dude. It was like yeah. I was like, I remember when I got into like sports in
That's so.
I played sports
up.
my whole life, but when it came to like high school, my dad was like, "Well, typically we wore jock straps." I'm like, "Dad, no offense, I'm gonna get the spandex because that's easier."
Oh, it was this or that.
Pretty much, or it's like because you're not gonna play with your boxer briefs with it like going side to side, or or boxers where it's like even less supportive. Like you want something like that keeps the family in the place and like.
No, I got you.
Keeps your boys like, But in basketball, yeah,
or do you? You know what I mean?
You do want
or do you?
You need it.
Or do you? You know what I mean?
I mean, this isn't baseball where it's like,
yo, how'd you get that black and blue dick, son? Yeah, hit my knee, son.
Yeah. Anyways,
no, that's crazy. The dick technique nobody took into account dicks in the past, and so no one had because like there's like underwear that does that now, and there's all kinds of stuff, and it's a wild world that we live in.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was Allen Iverson.
Hang you off by a balcony by just your dick, son.
Oh, dude, I would be down. If I kill you.
What does he say, Method Man? He's like, I'll hang you off a 12-story building by just your dick or whatever. Shout out to Method Man, Mr. Meth.
Dude, I would get on hands and knees, man.
Yeah,
like,
that's what they did to. Yeah, that's what they did to Vanilla Ice. Remember?
Not hands and knees like sucking dick.
Yeah. Nah.
There's a video, but
nah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Bowing to the guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yo.
Dude.
To Method Man.
To Method Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I won't. I can't tell that story. There was an unnamed rapper that we helped put on this like cannabis cup show.
Okay.
Whatever, and there were some rappers there. One you would know.
Okay.
And it was so funny because the whole we were there with my friend.
You might have told me.
Yeah, we were there with my friend Grandma and the
big booty white bitch.
Yeah. She's grandma. She's great, man. She's like, shout out to Grandma. Grandma is amazing and successful. Has a business. And they sell donuts, dank donuts in Big Bear Lake, California.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's amazing, yeah. And her boyfriend Toes, Robert Toast, he's the man. He's a good snowboarder and like the homie and yada yada yada, same deal. And anyway, long story short, I don't think the toaster was out with us that night for whatever reason, and this rapper who will remain nameless.
Yeah.
Just followed Grandma around, just barking at her, following her booty, barking at her,
literally barking at her as a way to like come onto her.
Amazing. Amazing.
Damn.
Yeah, it made me real happy. I thought it was incredible. I support that decision. Yeah, and I loved everything about it. I thought the approach was very unique,
authentic.
Yeah, and you don't get that very often.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't get typically you don't get barked at very often. But I mean, I don't.
Other than when the song is playing.
Yeah, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs?
Yeah, well, it plays a lot. Usually I drive around the city with that playing with all the windows down, and then the dog hanging out the window. Can you imagine?
I've never heard anyone play that song.
Can you imagine?
The last 15 years. That'd be
so
good.
fucking funny. My God,
dude, I remember. Was it Thanksgiving Day parade? Like Thanksgiving or afterward, like
Thanksgiving Pride Parade.
No, not Pride Parade.
American Indian Pride Parade.
The one in like New York where they have all the huge.
Oh, Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the first Thanksgiving after that song came out,
Who Let the Dogs Out?
They had the dudes playing, like
Wow.
singing that on like a.
I could see that. Yeah.
And it was like, I remember I was
Ooh,
young,
ooh,
and I was like,
You're psyched.
I was like, dude, this song, what?
Wait, were you in front of the TV barking?
No. I wasn't
Yeah. Your parents were like,
I
oh,
wasn't
no.
that kid growing up.
What's your dad's name?
Dwayne.
Your mom was like, Dwayne, this one was a retard. We're going to have to drown him. Dwayne. Your dad's name is Dwayne?
Yep, Dwayne.
How did your dad get a black name? Wait,
I don't know.
is he black?
No, he's not black.
I could tell, Marshall. You might have a little. I can see it. You got a little twinkle in your eye.
He's
What's your mom's name?
Mara Lee.
Oh, that's some white shit.
Yeah.
Mara Lee. Damn, I've never even heard of that one.
Yep.
Dwayne and Mara Lee.
Yep. It was.
Sheesh. It's in the stars. It's meant to be.
Yeah, meant to be. And so, I remember that song, and I'm like, what? Dude, this beat? And like my family has like a little background music.
This beat is hard, son.
So I was always like, I always paid attention to music, whether I knew it was like ingrained in my genes or
Sure.
whatever. Anyways, so I was like, dude, this song, what? And then later on, you're like, oh, the lyrics are about
What is it about this song that I
who
like so
let
much?
all these ugly bitches out in the fucking club. And then it's like, oh, why didn't we play that more down in Albany?
Wait.
Because there's fucking ugly bitches everywhere.
Wait, is that what the song means?
Yeah.
Wait, that's not. No, it's talking about dogs, dude.
It was like, who let the dog out? Like, these ugly fucking mutts.
No, dude, they're talking about dogs, dude. They're at a dog kennel. Wait, that is what it's about, isn't it?
It is what it's
Who let the dogs out, and then what are the rest of the lyrics? Because I don't know.
Oh.
That's and they're saying who, but they're barking.
Yeah.
Who? Question mark. Who? Question mark. But oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Is
as
it
far
like?
as I get.
Is it like? Is there a rap in there now? Yeah, because I don't. Honestly, I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Who? Right? Like that shit? Yeah, I remember that. Who let the dogs out? Swag, dude.
Yeah, like that. I mean, we might have to Google that.
You know what, when we played the other day? From the Cannonball Run?
From
8 bound down, 18 wheels of trucking.
Yeah.
Dude, get out of
good
here,
shit.
man. That shit is so ill.
dude,
Burt Reynolds, dude.
but they're okay. So the lyrics of "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Yeah, please enlighten.
Who let the dogs out?
Who?
Woof, woof,
Woof,
woof, woof, woof. You repeat that 3 more times.
Yeah, chorus, 4 bars. Woof, 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 woof.
Yeah, and then it goes on some other stuff, and it's like the party was nice, the party was pumping.
Yep.
Ah yippee, ah yo,
Yep.
and everybody having a ball.
Or say word.
Yippee, ah yo.
Oh, yeah.
Until the fellas stop the name calling. Yippee, ah yo. Then them girls respond to the call. I hear a woman shout, "Oucha? Outa?"
Uh-huh.
Then the chorus again. Who let the dogs out?
Okay.
Next verse.
Next verse.
Last year in the dance, you had a ball. You call me Millie Mug and Skatel.
Get the fuck out of here. This is the song?
Get back, Gruffy. Mash Scruffy. Get back, you flea-infested mongrel.
Like, these bitches are
Yeah.
barking. Like,
Yeah.
yikes. They're like stinky
Verse 3.
feet.
Now tell me, self-damn man go get angry.
Wait.
Yippee-I-O. To hear them girls calling.
What you're going to want to do is never, ever play that
Oh,
song.
wait, no. Oh, that I had to scroll down. Dude, there's 2 more verses after this. What?
Mm-mm.
Alright.
Mm-mm. I'm good.
Anyways, like, that's something we gotta play later to listen to the full
Yeah.
spectrum.
I wonder if you, like, on your next date, you know? Like
see where you're going.
like
with
post COVID, you know, and you're like, "Hey, girl, let's go get chicken wings or whatever."
this. Let's go get some za.
Yeah, let's go get slices, you old bitch.
Yeah.
And then you play Who Let the Dogs Out in the whip. What are the chances she gets pregnant that night? Like 100%?
I would say 60% of the time.
Like 69
you're getting pregnant 100% of the time.
Yeah, 69% of the time, 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You're gonna have twins, dude. What we call that bunk beds.
Bunk bed.
Yeah, if
you got to get her double pregnant.
Double. You see what I'm saying? Respect. I like where your mind's at. Yeah, bunk beds.
Damn, that's a good one.
If you see one that's that bad, you say bunk beds. And that's,
bunk beds.
Yeah, because we got a little inside Wu-Tang slang of our own. You know what I mean?
Because them chicks don't know.
Call that bitch bunk beds. Ooh. You know, sometimes what it is it's like that Cockney rhyming slang. We talked about that the other day. I think you know, where you take instead of up the stairs, you say apples and pears. Yeah. So you take something, you rhyme it with something else, and you say that thing.
You just turn it. So
you could, you know, like, so what bunk beds was like, ooh, like if you would originally say, oh, she bad enough to get double pregnant, and then that would translate into bunk beds at some point.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, you could do two signals, but I prefer bunk beds myself. So. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's just like the creative mind.
You could say strollers.
Strollers.
You could say guest room. You could say college tuition. You could say
college tuitions.
Yeah, tuitions.
You could say divorce.
It's like, oh no. What do you call that thing where you sign the thing?
The prenup.
Yeah, you could say prenup. You gotta call it like what's the basketball player? They go up, they do, and they say what do?
Ballin'.
Yeah, just like what was it?
Or it was you were talking about Jim Jones, the song Ballin'.
No, what was the ball? And he did that, and he'd be like Kobe.
Oh, the Kobe. Yeah. Every time you shoot a shot,
yeah. Kobe.
Yeah.
You'd be like, divorce.
Yeah, that's good.
You gotta make it a full, full contact sport in them streets.
Full contact.
You pull up to the bar and like padding. They're like, what the fuck? You're like, I'm finna get pussy.
Bitch. I'm gonna get the hottest bitch here.
Who are you? You tackling fools. You ain't got shit. Taking over them.
Taking their knees out.
Punching people.
You ain't gonna have sex tonight.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be back though.
Dude, so you know one thing about football is, dude, in those when there's like a big tackle or the tackle and there's a lot of people on it.
Yeah.
There's some dirty shit.
Oh, I'm sure they're shanking each other.
There's some like spitting and face masks. There's some poking in the eyes.
Oh, I bet.
There's some grabbing of the crotch shit.
I bet.
Dude.
Dirty
It's
bastards.
another thing. It's like when you're out of the bar and you tackle you're not having sex tonight.
Just squeeze his dick off.
Yeah.
Squeeze Robert's dick off.
Yeah. Dude, it's
you ain't fucking with this dick tonight, Robbie.
You remember Any Given Sunday?
I never saw it.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah, Jamie Foxx, yeah.
He's the new backup quarterback that becomes a star.
Right.
Anyways, like one of the things was in this scrum, if you will. You know, it's not like
like a pile.
Yeah, big pile, and like some dude gets his eye ripped out.
Eee.
And then the medics come on the field, put it in a cooler, and like take him to the hospital.
Eee.
And he's
we were watching on YouTube or somewhere. They uploaded the original In Living Colors, and what's his name, Keenan Ivory Wayans or whatever, was like the oldest brother, right, of the troupe of them. Anyway, he was at the beginning of the show. He was introducing like, "Yo, this is Jamie Foxx, like a real interesting guy, like funny guy we got from, Texas, da 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 da."
Yeah.
Like nobody had heard of him.
He was just like
brand new.
That was one of his.
I was just like, yeah. And then, dude, he proceeded to fucking be hysterical.
Oh, dude, and then you hear about him now, and like he's gonna be Mike Tyson.
No shit.
Yeah. So
Will Smith was Ali, right?
Yep.
So he's gonna be Tyson?
Yeah. His ability, he's played not like a dumb and deaf musician.
Fuck, Tyson should have been Tyson. Jesus Christ, he still looks like him.
Yeah.
He still is him.
Dude, I mean, his
Shout out to Mike Tyson.
Dude, he's a...
Mike Tyson's got a weed farm, bro.
Oh, I mean, I'm not
Tyson
surprised.
Farms. It's a pothead. He talks about smoking DMT and shit. Mike Tyson is ill. I want Mike Tyson to be my uncle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my Uncle Mike.
He's probably got a little baby.
I'm like, we're going to go out and
too.
eat chicken wings. And don't fuck with me. He'll eat your face. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He's hungry for that flesh.
But we'll get chicken for now.
It subsides him.
And you know what?
It'll subside him.
But we're going to get this chicken, and then we're going to go smoke this Tyson weed, because his thing is Tyson Farms. Damn. So we can get the Tyson Farms chicken.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And the Tyson Farms weed.
Yeah, I was going to say. That sounds the same.
Fucked up in a Tyson triangle, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a Tyson trifecta.
Yeah, but dude, people talk about Matthew McConaughey on his range of characters.
Yo, Matthew McConaughey's always the same guy.
Not necessarily.
Bro, he's always that guy.
He goes from like skinny, then he's like bulked up, broy, whatever.
Okay.
His weight.
Jamie Foxx is all over the place.
Christian Bale too. Like, he's had a lot of weight range.
Yeah.
But Jamie Foxx, dude, Jamie Foxx plays such a wide variety, and like he does impressions, dude. He's just gifted. And it's like he's playing Tyson, and it's like, dude, get it, man. Like I'm all about that.
Totally.
Like, him and Django Unchained. Holy.
He fucking killed it, dude. He fucking killed it. I like when they're trying to make fun of him about his outfit. And he's like, fuck you, this shit's fly, basically.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. Boy, get him.
That's it. Yep. You just gotta say that.
That part, I was like, ooh, I like this character.
Yeah.
I like this. He was real like, head down,
yeah.
And then he kind of like became free and became like a big dick, and I was like, ooh, I like this.
He like blossomed.
At some point, you got to pull that dick out.
People
ain't ready for that dick.
You gotta show them what you're holding.
They're not ready for the swag. Most of the thing is with people, and it's called peacocking, right?
Yeah.
People can't do it. They don't have enough swag to pull it off.
Yeah.
Most people don't have enough swag to pull it off.
Or when they are,
and the reason being
is because they can't back it up.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? It's like bluffing your way through fucking, some fucking card game, bro. Yeah. It's like, but you're not bluffing. And what's weird about it is you can see people that sometimes are in an outfit and are uncomfortable.
Yeah. You see a lot of that.
What the fuck is it that we're talking about right now? Why is that we both know what it is that I'm talking about right now? You could see people that are like...
Because people don't have their own style. They just buy what they're supposed to buy.
Yeah.
That's been marketed to them.
Yeah.
And like what other people are wearing.
And
they don't have their own...
So sometimes you see it, right? You'll see like...
style.
I think you almost more so see it in dudes than you do chicks, because chicks can like basically pull anything off. I don't know.
I see it. I notice it more in dudes just because. I don't know. It's more obvious to me because I'm of the same sex.
Yeah.
And like maybe I'm a little more oblivious. I do see it in girls.
Yeah.
Or women. From time to time, but. I see more in men just because that's who I am.
Dude.
And I can tell the same mindset.
You ever see when people are walking on their tiptoes? So
that shit's funny.
Well, we kept seeing it, and we were like, what is this, dude? So we Googled it, and we found out that it's like a very common form of, not embarrassment, but like self-conscious.
Yeah.
Like, i.e., like, people are thinking maybe like, somebody's watching me, and so then they end up walking weird.
Yeah, they're tensed up. Yeah.
It's a what? Is there a word for it?
No, they're tensed up.
Oh yeah, 10-step. I thought you said 10-step. I was like, is that a thing? You
gotta do the 10-step.
Do the 10-step. Yeah, I didn't know. Shit, you want some more of this shit?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right.
I mean, but the thing with heels.
Oh baby, I like it raw.
The heels, when women wear heels,
yeah,
it is designed to it tenses up your muscles in your lower half, and it makes everything look more...
It gets the pussy tight, And it gets that ass.
It gets the calves.
It gets that ass.
Gets the quads.
It gets it up
the
off,
hamstrings.
up off the ground.
Yep. It gets the buttocks like in the right shape. Yeah. I mean,
do you know why? What do they say? Like, think about it. Butt cracks, booties. Like cleavage, and lips are all the same thing. Where these things are like coming together, and they say like
bulbous things.
Pussy lips, get red when they're like ready to go, and then that's where and that's where lipstick comes from. The making your lips red like they're ready to fuck.
Oh shit! Okay, I did not know that. That's like some probably deep like 1900 shit.
Oh, it's deep human nature, bro. This is shit that's built into you, and you don't even know. When they start
wearing like red lipstick, that
Remember back in the day that what they said was they couldn't have legs of tables exposed because guys wanted to fuck the legs of tables or some shit. Yeah. How ridiculous!
I mean, that's what happens when.
I want to fuck this table to death.
When women
don't give the pussy out.
Well,
I think everybody should just get wild.
And like it was probably the societal things of hey, you got to be a little bit more. You can't be loosey goosey, if you will. You can't have multiple partners in your life.
Sure.
Your first partner is going to be your husband, and that's it.
And that's it. Deal with it.
Yeah, and so they would wear dresses.
And no divorces.
Yeah, and then they would wear dresses that would only expose ankle, and dudes would get aroused by seeing ankles.
Yeah.
And it's like...
I still do.
No.
Yeah, I do.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a foot guy.
No, I don't.
You're a foot guy.
No,
You get off by feet.
We were joking about this the other day. Like, what is that?
I mean, I don't get off by feet, so...
No, me neither. What is it?
Oh, it's just a fetish.
It's amazing.
Are
you trying to fuck the feet?
Yeah, I have heard of people.
Oh. Okay, I guess it makes more sense.
People think like the armpit is really arousal too.
They want to fuck the armpit, or they just want to look at it?
Almost like how sorry for the listeners at home. This is not G-rated.
Yeah.
PG. When it's like, when you
parental guide.
F the titty.
F the T.
When you have sex with the titties.
Chest fuckers.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like that, but with the armpit.
You're an armpit fucker.
And then with the feet.
Feet fuckers.
And then like the butt crack, if you will.
Butt crack fuckers.
People like to. Yeah, those are all like different different fetishes, if you will. And so
I like mostly lean towards the ear. Like I'll fuck an ear.
How far are you gonna get in that?
I like to fuck those ears.
You want to turn her?
I'm an ear fucker.
You want to turn her deaf?
I got a real skinny dick.
you need like yourself, and you need to try.
You need like one of those pens, like a bread pencil.
Yeah.
Some people are packing that.
You need a Lenny.
What's that? What's that?
You don't know what a Lenny is?
It sounds like Lenny.
Lenny.
No, I don't know.
Long and skinny.
Ah, I never heard that before.
Yeah, Lenny.
A Lenny dick?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I do. No, I do
I was gonna
not.
say
that is not.
Or there's like soup can. Where
I have a buddy that has one of those.
You've seen it?
No, he told. He told me, and then his girl was like, "Yep."
She confirmed.
And he described it as more like a tuna can. But a tuna can is like this, bro.
Yeah,
but it's like this though.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
That's you don't want that.
I played sports. I've seen shower, whatever.
Right.
I played 3 sports growing up, and
you've seen a lot of dicks.
More or less.
You faggot.
Not.
Can you take that word back, by the way? Because I don't mean anything by it, but it's such a fun word. We grew up with it. Like it sucks to have to take out of the vernacular. Can we come up with a better word then instead?
Yeah, we need.
Because we need if we can't use that word, I need something to call you.
Yeah.
Damn it! I just want to say it again.
I would say, in my opinion, we don't use that word anymore. We got to come up with something else. And then there was also a moment in time when I was in middle school where it was, oh, dude, that's so Jewish.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
so Jewish.
Yeah, I still say that.
And so it's like, well, yeah, you're long-term partner is Jewish, so yeah, like
Yeah, but she's a big Jew, so I've got to let her know sometimes.
Right.
Just because she's so Jewy that she might forget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like, if there's no context behind that, then it's like, you probably shouldn't be saying that. But yeah, there should be a word.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm not out in the streets
Yeah.
when I see a fucking dreidel and I'm hollering Jew at him. No, but I will. Yeah. But I will if you're my friend. Make fun of you with any word I can pull out of my horrible bag of information in my head.
So talking about.
But I don't mean anything by any of it though.
Making fun of people.
I mean, do you? Not to interrupt. Like, do you mean like usually when I'm talking shit, I'm just looking for the closest word in my brain.
Yeah.
It's not like if I'm just trying to get a point across. Here's the point. I'm making fun of you right now. Like.
Yeah, and that is like something that's
like as long as the arrow gets over the wall, I don't care who it hits.
But the arrow has been impressed on you.
You don't want. You're like no hollow tips no more, and I'm like hollow tip season.
Yeah, okay. Pretty much. Yeah, it's like just understanding where the ammo comes from.
Ammo comes from a loving place. But I'm trying to kill everybody. But I'm not trying to kill it. I'm trying to kill with kindness. You understand? Like that's always been the thing. Like, as far as I can remember, like my buddy. It was funny actually on the same topic. To be fair, my buddy was talking about it the other day. He's like your mom. And I was talking about my mom. I was like, you say something, And he's like, no. He's like, your mom, man. He's like, I learned at your house, like. When we were kids, he's like, I learned to like make fun of fucking everybody, but no one really gets it, but everybody gets it. And I was like, oh, wait, you didn't know that? He's like, no, we didn't do it like that in my family. I'm like, oh, and then I forget that other people don't operate like that because somebody's already set my operating procedure. It is this is what it is. I don't know what it is, but part of it is making fun of everybody and mean none of it.
Yeah. Yep, and there are like I do see it in my family where
that makes sense,
side,
right?
My mom's family, my sister-in-law's family, different than my brother-in-law's family. Like they are, the whole atmosphere.
Oh, bro, I want everybody to get theirs and have a beautiful life. But like, if we can't make fun of each other, what a boring time.
Right.
What a boring time.
Like it's not saying it's not.
But dude, if you got gray in the beard, I'm gonna find some joke for it.
But sometimes the conversation operates around a certain topic more than others.
Right.
So there's.
Oh, you don't want to get stuck calling somebody fill in the blank.
No, it's more like like my mom's family is like that, where it's like making jokes, that sort of thing. My dad's family is probably more like
stick up the ass.
No, it's more like dude, like business opportunities. Like, oh, dude. Like, like, what are you gonna do to like?
Totally. What's the angle?
Yeah. What's the angle? Or like, like what's the conspiracy theory? Or like, or like,
cool.
Like what's the angle that you gotta like take a step back, view it, and like
the 30,000.
And then like you have a different perspective than everyone else, and then you can like change the game. You have a different angle than other people. Yeah, it's
cool.
Like it's almost like
they're making more of a game out of it.
Yeah, it's almost like a chess and a mindset.
Totally.
Yeah.
They're making a game out of being clever.
Yeah.
And then you got your mom's side that's just like, happy to be alive.
It's almost like spies sharing tales versus like comedians like shit.
I got you. Totally.
Like,
it fully makes sense to me.
Yeah. It's just different, that's how you operate.
Yeah. My dad's side is angle side. Going for angles. Always looking for angles. Yep. And like, my mom's side to a degree too. But,
and like areas of improvement.
And I get it.
Oh, dude, like this is what I did. Like, you could do this.
But that's where innovation stems from.
Yep.
Is taking something and looking at the existing market and trying to make something in that market that's better. That's innovation.
And also bouncing ideas off other people.
Oh, dude, that's such a big deal. And you know what? To be fair, Marshall, that I think that what's a trip is what you just fucking nailed there, is that there's a huge swath of the population that doesn't seem to be able to communicate with each other for whatever reason anymore. I can't even talk to each other.
Yeah,
it's really bizarre.
They're just like, you're a Democrat?
Yeah.
You're a Republican? Yeah.
Bro, my favorite thing is to go to like a bodega in like Portugal and just like have half a shitty conversation with somebody. And they're like, and you're like, what'd you guys talk about? I have no idea. Got water for 35 cents. Like,
yeah.
and that's it. And they seemed
Like,
cool. And it was a pleasant interaction.
But
And
like,
everybody's happy. And we both got a little giggle out of it somehow.
Yeah.
And then fuck off.
But you try and like not be boring, essentially.
Fuck no. You're trying to be a happy, go lucky.
It is easy. It is
not a goofy way either.
Transactional, like, hi.
Oh, you could be a...
Here's money for the goods.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Have
No.
Like,
You know what it is.
Have more, like, you have, like, a genuine interaction.
Yes, of course, man. To everybody at all times.
Yeah.
Because they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you deserve it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, and, like, I'm guilty of that where I see things as transactional just because I'm trying to, like, go to point A to B as quick as possible.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Sometimes that happens.
So then I can, like, at the end of the day, I can get to Z instead of being stuck at M.
So the point is here, like, some days I stay in the car to get the gas pumped, and some days I get out and chop it up with the person.
Yeah.
And some of it, honestly, you know as well as I do, is a lot of it has to do with specifically who that other person in the interaction has to deal with. But yeah, no, most of the time it's somewhere between the two.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to sit there all day.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be a fucking dick, or I don't at least.
Yeah.
Because I've had those shitty jobs, and people have been dicks to me, and I'm like, huh. Now I understand why people spit in other people's food.
Yeah. Do you drink coffee every day?
Fuck yeah.
I was going to say, because I don't drink coffee every day.
Yeah. I love it.
And
I love it.
It's good.
I like the Folgers Crystals. I like that. I like the Stumptown roast. You know what I'm saying? I like everything in between, bro. Except for that Starbucks shit, man. That burnt shit is not for the birds, kid.
Yeah, Starbucks. I don't like Starbucks.
It ain't for me.
They use prison labor, so fuck them. Anyways.
They can suck a dick up until they hiccup. Motherfucker.
Okay, Dr. Dre.
So I'm going to put out my first album, 2021. Chronicles.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm going to just reverse the colors on that album.
Yeah.
I'm going to do everything. I'm just reverse the colors.
Inverse, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like white and red?
Yeah, and then it's when you open it, just be a big picture of my crotch, though. Just dick out. Just, rah! Take that in your memory bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X-rated.
Now play the album. Stupid.
I fucked your eyes, now I fucked your brain.
Damn, son. First of all, I fuck your eyeballs.
Yeah.
What if that was your goof? You made the album crazy. It's like all black, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, this is like nothing. You open up, just dicks. Gotcha.
It's like super bad.
And it just says, I fucked your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna fuck your mind.
Yeah.
Or now I'm gonna fuck your ears.
Yeah.
And that'll fuck your mind.
And then I'll fuck your mind.
Which will fuck the world.
Yeah. But
this is my sorcery.
What I was saying earlier was,
dude, that's $4 for one.
Yeah. You get bang for the buck right there. But yeah, what I was saying is that I don't drink coffee every day.
You should. It's good.
It's fucking good. I really enjoy it. But there's some days where it's like, oh, dude, it's fun, but sometimes I don't need it.
Yeah.
And so, like we were talking...
You're young.
Going back, yeah. I mean, I'm fucking 31, so if that's young, then I'll embrace
Extremely young.
I'll embrace that.
I don't even remember that year.
But yeah, there's like times, like you said, where it's some days you get out and you chop it up with the gas attendant. Sometimes you stay.
Right.
Sometimes I drink coffee. Sometimes I don't. It depends on what your mood is. What your mind state is.
Yeah.
And what you need to like get the juices flowing.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you need to like chop it up. Sometimes you're just like, no, I just need to focus on this like thought. I've been like
Agreed.
I've been like racking in my brain for the last 2 days.
Yeah, but what it is I'm saying though, at the same time, it's like it really has a lot to do with most people on average are corny. And they're like, I gotta pee too, but they're like, most people on average, dude, they don't even want to kick it, dude. Yeah. They're just like on some like...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. For sure. This may ruin the podcast, but here's a little interlude. Little Sturgill, get ready.
PP. I had to PP like a mother. I brought this joint rolling equipment though, so that's nice.
Oh, for sure.
You know, we roll one more up before you skedaddle.
Yeah.
I know you're not gonna smoke it, but
No,
I'm gonna have you watch me smoke it and enjoy it.
The one thing I will enjoy is the smell.
Oh,
smell.
You get the reefer nose.
Dude, I love it. It's
not
good.
bad.
And like, especially when you coming from a person who used to smoke,
Right?
probably
Should smoke more again, but you
twice daily
Damn.
to every 2 days sort of thing. To go into, I work for a company that drug tests, so I can't.
Right.
I love the smell of weed to start with.
Right.
And the fact that I can't do it, it does hurt. It probably helps some things. But still, it's, that smell is just something I really
Ooh,
love.
that smell.
Like, dude, just lighting up a J.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Right?
That's something else, man.
Paradise.
Yep.
The problem is maybe that we live in a world of people that understand that but still won't change the rules.
I think there's people who don't understand that.
Who?
Really?
In 2020, right?
Conservative Republicans.
Oh, okay. So like
That would be my
like
opinion.
Barbara Bush? Like you know what I mean? Like
Probably.
like
Something like that.
Like the motherly like
Probably
image
something like
that's
that.
coming to
it's essentially it's like, without naming the brand that I work for, it's Pacific Northwest company,
right?
footwear that mainly does. They do boots and shoes, but mainly boots.
Right.
And they have a military contract.
Sure.
And yeah, they have a policy where they drug test.
Sure.
Corporate down to the factory.
Totally. But you don't break it though.
No, I don't break it because yeah.
No, but I mean, like, it's like one of those things where you're like, all right, you don't break it because you
Yeah.
want to work there more than you want to smoke weed.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
that's cool, though. I mean, that's your decision, and it's also their decision. It probably harkens back to some insurance bullshit that because it's a national company, they can't get they can't, and you got governmental.
Probably
it's
'cause
probably
there's
some
a
horse shit like that.
Federal contract.
Yeah, dude.
That sort of thing. Anyways, but it's still.
Dude, don't worry about it. Oakley,
it's,
Oakley is La Costa Nostra, as they say. Like,
uh,
well, you never know where one thing starts and one thing stops.
Yeah.
As far as like who owns who, and if VF Corporation is owned by fucking who, and
what new policy rule agenda is coming from which direction? Sort of
exactly. You're just in the downfall of it, right? Like
Yeah.
you just have to deal with however they set the course.
thing. Yeah,
And
it's like,
and that's cool.
If I created my own company,
Do whatever
would
you
I
want.
do that with my employees?
And that makes sense to
probably
me. It's like you're able to set corporate culture because it's your corporation to
Yeah.
have whatever culture you see fit, as long as it's not breaking of the rules. Now, I can see both sides of that argument, because it's like, A, fuck the rules, but B, so because you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want, obviously. And that goes for everything. Do whatever the fuck you want, as long as you don't step on nobody's toes. But also at the same time, you know, they have to run it through the system, because they're a system-based company, because they're literally manufacturing for the system. Yeah. So it would make sense that down the line the insurance is like crystal clear.
Yeah,
and,
like,
you know,
they don't want the factory workers to be like
high and make the wrong sneaker or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
totally.
Like, you know, that makes sense. But,
totally.
Yeah, but from a
but also suck my dick and try to smoke weed, bro.
I know. Like, what if it's medicinal? Like, you know,
it is medicinal.
You know,
it's my medication.
Fuck, man. Anyways,
yeah, that's tough, man.
You know, so
because you want to smoke the ganja herbs.
Yeah, and so it's like, you know, I do want to, you know, I do have a North Star I'm following, and, you know, career-wise, and it's like,
right,
you know, hopefully,
Kanye,
you know, too many
Kanye calls.
Stops along the path don't frequent in drug testing. So,
dude, I think you should take Phil Knight's job. Just like pull up like Tony Montana with the big gun and just be like, dude, yo, face full of coke, like, yo, give me your office, I'm gonna fucking shoot up the joint.
He's not even the CEO. He's just like chairman of the board or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, there's another CEO.
What a goon. No, I'm just playing.
He's been out of the game, dude.
What about that other guy, the guy that tinkers around over here?
Tinker, yeah, he's still like VP of like special projects or something like that.
Give him a call.
High level.
You call him, I'll talk, alright?
Yeah.
You dial, I'll talk.
Dude, but even like in the 70s and 80s, Phil Knight was like over being the president of the company bullshit.
He's like, dude, all I can bear to do is cash checks, dude.
Yeah,
like, God.
Yeah, and so it's like,
dude, is anything under 500,000, I'm not gonna cash. Okay, it's like, it's just too difficult.
Too much of a, you know, a daily.
What would be the smallest check you would cash? $1?
Dude, in
You'd
the
be
past,
like, I need that dollar.
I've cashed like
$4.
It was probably less than $10 from like Comcast because I overpaid on a bill.
A,
like, dude, I did do that.
A, yeah, and B, fuck Comcast.
Oh yeah, especially like because it's coming from Comcast, so it's like, yeah, I want to take their money.
1 cent from Comcast.
Yeah.
Give me my money.
And so it was like, all right, it's $14, and at that time I was probably 25, 26. So I'm like, oh, dude, this is like,
give me my money.
A drink and a shot, maybe, you know.
Totally. So, depending on where you go, 2 drinks.
Right, yeah. You know?
Yep.
Or 2 beers and like a
and
large
fuck
chip.
Comcast.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and fuck Xfinity Comcast.
Real talk.
Yeah.
That's just our humble opinion.
Yeah.
Speculation.
Not speculation.
Yeah, they're such dickheads. You know, these companies with these monopolies like Con Edison on the East Coast, they just behave so badly, dude. They're just tough to deal with. They take your money. You fucking do this, and they fucking did that, and da da da. It's always some shit. It's always some bullshit. And you know what? Here's really the problem. Here's the real problem. Salem is just down the street, right?
Yeah.
It's the capital of Oregon, right?
Yep.
You'd think there'd be government there, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, well, you'd think that government would oversee business, right? And other things, but over business, right?
Sure.
So you'd think that they would oversee businesses like, I don't know, fucking Comcast and others because they fucking behave in such a disgraceful manner and you think like, oh, I'm Senator from fucking Oregon, and it's always such a fucking pain in the neck dealing with this fucking company. Well, they operate in this state that I oversee or look after or fucking whatever you want to call it or vote for or whatever the fuck that is, and you think like, Jesus Christ, well, maybe what we should do here is make the interaction at the front end or the whatever you want to call it between this company that people are basically have to use.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like
they'd make it like pleasant.
Or like a senator.
Or get fucked.
Yeah.
We're going to open the contract up. Highest bidder.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
And like maybe
I just think that big dick shit sometimes works.
maybe there's a...
Maybe not. Probably not.
From like a center angle, it's like, oh, dude, their headquarters are in another state, whatever. So we can't we can't go after them. You know, and that's like.
But they hide behind that bullshit.
Yeah, bureaucracy where it's like, yeah, that happens or that's required. Yeah, it's like when I moved next door to you guys, Essie, your girlfriend was like, oh yeah, we use CenturyLink. I tried to sign up for CenturyLink. I'm literally one next door to you. They said we don't provide service for your address.
Are you insane?
So I had to go with Comcast. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And then the place I'm moving to now, we do have CenturyLink. We're getting a fucking deal, so it's good.
It's like what, dude? I want to know.
It was like,
I want to know what fucking world we live in, dude. Because sometimes this shit is straight up the Twilight Zone. Straight up,
like the boundary lines between your old apartment and my old apartment
are 3 inches of wall.
Yeah, like studs. I can't even get CenturyLink, and you guys can't like.
I can't even get my dick between there, man.
I can't even get my dick sucked. Going to the Cindy slut next door. What the fuck?
Damn.
Hey, fuck you, Sandy slut, for getting too bougie on some shit.
You got to be a bougie bitch.
You used to be like down for everything, but nope.
You wanted to get tied up. Marshall tied your ass up.
You becoming like Century now, so you need to like
Marshall had a ball gag.
Downplay your wear game, your swag, and like
swag is down.
Become a little bit more just slutty in general.
Well, dude, like
maybe slutty's not the right word.
It's the wrong
word. Accessible.
Yeah, but accessible in the wrong way.
In like a tied up handcuffs way.
No, that'd be the right way. I think that would be the right. I see where you're going with this.
You think Sandy Hut's a little bit more inaccessible for what they're wearing?
Well, so like when I used to live here in Portland back in the day.
I mean, not to say
it used to be a little different.
Chick wearing a skirt needs to get fucked.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. And
no.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying there's times where it's like some chicks come in, dressing like they're going to a club.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, dude, I need you in some loose baggy Wranglers.
Damn, some like, sweat peasies.
With some like holes and like some old Harley tee and like maybe you're wearing a beanie and like. You got some nice tats, like that's dope. I
want you in.
I'm down for that versus like a club girl.
I want you in sweatpants and a dirty sweatshirt with lingeries underneath.
Isn't that like a Drake song where it's like sweatpants, hair tied back, some shit like where it's like
that Drake. He's so smart.
I don't care. I just want to fuck you.
He's a West Indian ting from Toronto.
The T-Town. Or
T-Dot. You know what, though? There was this fucking artist, man, back in the day that Drake stole from. Shout out to Drizzy Drake stealing from people. You fucking guy. This fucking guy. Yo, and the guy whose name was Cardinal Official. Cardinal Official was amazing,
that's
bro.
A name.
Yeah, he was like this fucking Jamaican, whatever, that moved to Toronto, T-Dot. And, dude... almost punched through. It was like what was that basement raps in the basement on BT or whatever everybody used to watch. I don't recall. Anyway, everybody used to, and because Toronto has a huge West Indian population.
Yep.
Right, so interesting because then anyway, so but point being is just funny because we always watch stuff and you'll end up seeing Drake, and the only reason why I was joking was that the fact was that sometimes he comes up and he's got like he's like me. He got 4 accents going on at once. And sometimes
that's true.
What it is situational is when they come out.
Yep. And it's same as
specific words for specific thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he can't help it, and it just is weird, man. Your brain. What happens is
it just reacts.
You just shove all this info in, and it's unrelated, and so sometimes you feel a very specific thing, and it's spelled a specific way, a specific word, a specific da-da-da. Yeah. It's weird, man.
Yep.
Sometimes you just feel lazy and just...
you just like relax, and you're like... Then I'm like, oh, fuck Albany, so What the fuck you gonna do?
Trying to go to Lebanon, bro.
Lebanon.
Oh shit.
You want some Coors water?
Oh man, I like me some Coors water. Dude,
Wait, you got water? I want some Coors Light. I want some real Coors Light.
yo, how's that grill game coming over there, kid?
My roommate, Savage.
Savage.
His name is
Nice
Jacob.
to meet you.
Jacob Savage.
Is it Jakob? He's a
He-
Jew.
I'm not sure his background.
You just like a. You're thinking about it.
We've never actually. I was trying to think. I don't think we've talked about that.
Yeah.
Anyways, sometimes
I
he
don't.
goes by Jacob,
Jacob Savage.
but his last name is Savage. So
Nice to meet you.
You have to. So shout
So-
out Savage. You know,
So the
one
story,
of the homies
the story is
is
that the first time I met Savage, he said,
yeah.
I was like, yo, what up? And he was like, yo, Savage, nice to meet you. And I was like,
introducing his name.
introducing himself. And I
Yeah.
was like, that is the coolest thing
Because
I've ever heard.
his last name is literally Savage.
But what was so interesting, and I told you,
yeah.
is that was on my mom's side, my grandmother's last
Oh
name.
yeah.
Savage.
Yeah.
So that always had me thinking like, wow, dude, I've never met another prosser.
Thought of like other.
Yeah, and so my mom's last name is Mohan, and I've never met a Mohan before, and my name is Prosser from my dad's side, obviously, and my grandma from my mom's side was obviously Mohan on the dad, but the other side is, Savage,
Oh.
and so I'd never met another Savage before,
Yeah.
and my grandmother, she was from Australia, from Bondi Beach. She was a surfer in the 1920s in Bondi Beach.
Whoa.
Married my fucking granddad and came to America. She was like one of these war brides.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know, came back on a fucking boat or some shit.
Right,
I
right.
really don't know.
You have to.
I think
come back on a
I think
boat.
she literally flew and got stuck in San Francisco for a couple of days and I can't remember, but I think they met or whatever. Anyway, Savage, nice to meet you. And I'd never met another one. And so when he said that, my mind melted.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I can't shake it. I'm just gonna have to say it for the rest of my life, dude.
Yeah. No, Savage is one of the homies, and I met him at Nike Woodburn Outlet, and there was another guy that was like, you know, that we were
Shout out to
like,
the outlet stores across the Americas.
keeping the companies alive, but. And you know, it was I'm in college, you know, we're doing that thing, just like side, part-time job, whatever.
You guys are
And,
sucking each other's dicks off in the storeroom.
Yeah, we're 69 and we're just like not giving any fucks.
I'll see
we're
you
like-
in the Air Max row, bro.
We're sucking two dicks, Nikes and our buddies.
Come here, you. Come here, you. Come here, Savage.
Anyway, so we meet there, and like there was another guy in our group, and his name was Jake. So
Come here, Jake.
to differentiate between Jake and Jacob, it was Savage
Oh,
and Jake.
right, yeah.
And so I ended up later in the house in Beaverton we previously talked about. It was Jake, Savage, me, and this other guy.
Right.
So anyways, like we were like close homies, and so Savage, he's.
What is it when three guys do a 69 in a row? Is it called a 777?
It's like a daisy flower chain. No, it's a daisy flower chain where it's like everyone's like.
Is
connected to the
there
other.
a term for that already? This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, I love learning things,
Yeah,
dude.
and so.
So you
Yeah,
guys
we're-
69 from here to Beaverton.
In the Uber XL.
Basically, we 69 in an Uber for 45 minutes.
So that's how long it takes to get to Portland to Beaverton. That's how far.
I call it 69er trend.
Beaver. Even though you're supposed to love the beaver,
What's so funny about that is that
But yeah, I forget where we're going with the.
well, you were talking about
Savage.
Jacob, and then so like for me, there was so many Chris's growing up that you just got called by your last name. So I became Crispy.
Oh.
Crispy.
Oh,
But-
that's a good one. I like.
But it never that never stuck. Instead, people just call me Prosser. And
Makes
that
sense.
I think it's just like
It's
no
a
one else is gonna have that name.
Unique last name.
Yeah, so boom, so good to go.
And like, with me,
and that's how I got the shit registered, bro.
Yeah.
I told the examiner, like, hey,
Yeah.
like, I've been called this in interviews. I've been, like, people refer to me as this last name. It's not like Ford where you're going to meet an... Actually, I've never met another Ford, I've never met a Ford. I've never met another Prosser.
Yeah.
But that was the angle that they let me get the registration on it because of that very thing, and...
Exactly. Like, it's so unique, and when people have unique last names, it's, you have to, like, leverage that if you can, in any way in life. And it's like, yeah, from a sports or whatever classmate angle where it's like, you're calling people by the last name. And, like, with Knox, like, I haven't met a whole lot of Knoxes.
Totally.
And, like, there's a Knox Butte in Albany where I used to live.
Last name was Knox Butte?
No, it was a
the name
butte.
of town.
It was a butte.
Oh, Knox Butte.
It was
right.
called Knox
Understood.
Butte.
Yeah, got you.
And
a piece of land.
Yeah.
That was a butte.
Yeah.
And it was named Knox Butte.
Yeah.
Got
And
you.
it wasn't related to my family.
I was
whatever.
like, wait, what? Right.
Yeah,
A butte. But,
honestly,
dude, people that don't have deserts or high deserts or plains don't know what a butte is.
No.
A lot of parts of the country don't have that physical feature.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so sorry.
Yeah. And so, like, I've never met another Knox before. Just living in Oregon my whole life.
Prosser, Washington, a whole town.
Damn.
Never been.
Yeah, crazy. Anyways, we might have to make a trip out there.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a thing there that is a hill that's uphill. Yeah. Uphill, right?
Okay.
And you put your car in neutral, and your car rolls uphill.
No.
No one can figure it out. It's Haunted Hill in Prosser, Washington. You want to go?
Let's do it.
Road trip. I'm in.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
This summer, man.
I'm down.
Fuck.
We'll go up there, check out the Haunted
crazy.
Hill, and I'll go sell some sauce.
Yeah.
Sauce it up.
Dude, let's do it.
Let's get it.
But yeah, going back to the Knox thing is I haven't met too many people with the last name Knox.
Right.
Let alone my first name, Marshall. Marshall is almost even rarer. And Knox is rare.
I got another story
Marshall's
for you.
even rarer.
I got another story for you.
And so for me, going off, your first name is common. People just call me Marshall.
Totally.
Just because,
It's rare enough.
Yeah, and like in middle school it was Marshall Mathers, so then there was that like connotation, whatever. But like I never had a sports coach that was like, Knox, get over here.
Right.
That's almost like odd to me. I'm like, my first name is good enough. Just call me by my first name. It's good.
So, dude, I Googled my name on Instagram. My name.
Okay, yeah.
Like, obviously I came up. But I want to see who else came up.
Right.
Because, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Who else got the same name?
Yep.
Fucking black guy comes up. Christopher Prosser.
No.
He looks like he is living the best life. And I'm always like, he always is posting. He's got like a bottle, like 2 bottles of champagne and a bottle of orange juice. Like, let's get the weekend started. Another one where his like son is like in a baby pool with his like pit bull outside.
No
And he's just
way.
like some random black guy from like, I don't even know where, like maybe East Coast or
Well, I
South.
was gonna say, have
I
you,
literally
like-
don't know. But every time I see his profile, I'm just like,
Oh, you follow him?
dude, he likes my photos. I like his photo. We got this. I'm like, I talked to S about it. I'm
Dude,
like,
that's props.
I literally just want to text this guy and be like, dude, I know we just have the same name and like it literally means nothing.
Yeah.
But your fucking profile literally makes me almost happier than almost anybody.
Damn.
Dude, he's like he'll do like shout out to my jeweler and have these like little pieces and stuff. I'm like,
Damn.
this guy. And then he'll be like at work, like driving forklifts, so just smiling. I'm like, this fucking guy is so happy, dude. This guy is such an inspiration.
Damn. Like,
He looks like he's just
average-
like regular dude.
Yeah,
It's good,
regular.
but that's happy as fuck.
yeah.
And you're like,
And he
this is mind blowing.
Yeah, he's just doing the best he can, but he's not having like any like capital. Like,
I can't
fuck the
tell.
world
I can't tell
mentality.
if there's anything that I'm missing, but from what that I am seeing,
Right,
there's just a regular dude with the same name as me, and that he just looks like he's having a blast.
Yeah.
And I'm always like looking at it like every time it comes up, I'm just like, yeah.
I might have to do that.
I was just happy about it.
Because I have searched my own name,
Yeah.
Marshall Knox, and there's actually like 3 or 4 of them that are black, and I'm like, whoa, like
You might be
You know,
you might be kin.
yeah, coming from a majority like white town, white state, white, side of the, Pacific Northwest, that sort of thing. Like, I'm not opposed to having like kindred that are black, whatever.
Oh yeah, of course.
People of
No, it doesn't
minority,
matter.
People of color.
But like,
yeah, it was like I wasn't used to that. And it's
same
like,
name.
oh, dude, that's rad. Because what's kind of funny is
it's so weird.
What's kind of funny is I was a big sports guy like growing up, and I wanted to be Michael Jordan, King Griffey Jr. I wanted to be black when I was young.
Yeah.
And I asked my dad to shave my head.
Sick.
Because I wanted to be like
You got
them.
shaved head now.
Well, yeah, I got what I asked for.
That's like one of them things. Like, be careful what you ask for, boy.
So yeah, I'm now bald, shaved head.
Swag.
I'm not black. I'm opposite of.
You got khaki.
black.
You khaki if you get in the sun.
No, dude. I burned 50 fucking times before I.
I got sizzled this week, dude. My whole shoulder's fucked up.
Damn, dude. I got my. I went fishing with my dad. My whole. You see this, right?
Yeah.
I put the sunscreen here, but I didn't put it here.
Bro, we gotta go out shooting again.
We should, man.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I need to get some more ammo and like.
Everywhere's sold out.
Yeah, online.
This pandemic shit is crazy.
Online is where I get.
Bro,
my
I just
shit.
checked, man. Mad shit was crazy expensive or sold out.
There's a few websites I take a look at.
I'm gonna keep looking. Yeah.
Yeah. Outdoor Unlimited is one. Yeah.
Marshall, I'm telling you what,
That's
man.
good, but
You gotta Google your name. Also, you know what?
I think there was a semi-pro WWE wrestler with the same last name or same first and last name, and I'm like, what?
You want me to get extra trippy on you?
What?
Have you ever met somebody with the same birthday?
Oh yeah, you flipped this on me before. No, I have not.
Same birthday and year.
And that is fucking crazy.
Because that's a portal, right?
Yeah.
That's a portal in time. Or that's a specific time in time. Okay? The hours of this hour and this hour, and within there, that. What happened on that day?
What's crazier is when did what's it called? Insemination occur.
Well, dude, think about this. What about? Oh yeah, I never thought about that. That was weird. Oh, and
were they on the same?
Oh yeah, it could be different. Oh yeah, I never
yeah.
thought about that. But here's the other thing. They say is in the occult and stuff, they say that as above, so below, right?
Yep.
So as within, so without, and then so that means to say maybe there's some sort of like measure of opposites going on there, right? Measurement of opposites or something to that degree.
Yeah.
So anyways, point being, excuse me. So they said, I think it was like Bicycle Day was the same day like they dropped the bomb on Nagasaki and like Hitler was born or something. So like it's always like equal and opposite. You know, the potential of one acid like changing the world for the better, and the other this fucking psychopath that decides to just burn. I mean, if that's what he did, I don't know. I wasn't around for it, but and you know, we are only, you know, obviously we only know what we know, but it seems like, to in retrospect be these boom boom and like
there was
this
some crazy
up and down
timing of good stuff, bad stuff, and it just it really affects the world.
In fact, good and bad same times.
Yeah.
Same timesies.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, man.
Crazy.
Anyways.
Yeah.
What are we gonna get into tonight?
Shit, man. I was gonna go to a little Freddy run, but you know.
All right, G. I'll let you go, man, because we're getting up to like, dude, honestly, 2.5 hours on this fucking thing. It's crazy. Good shit, man.
I didn't think about it, but yeah, man, it passed time. So shit, man. Thanks for the beers, the whiskey.
Always.
Good times. Yeah,
Always.
the hosting.
Always.
Yeah, man. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, I light this joint up one time. I'll pass it to you.
Metaphorically.
Get your ass fired, kid.
Oh, pass it to me. Maybe I don't inhale.
I'm not even going to give it to you. I'm not even going to tease you with it. That's like a big dick and a slizzy in the same room. Forget about it. All right, Jake.
Should be knocked out.
Good shit, my man.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. I'm going to turn it.
Next time.
Yes, man. Peace.